and welcome to a very special AskLRR Live, aka this is who you have, so this is who you get. Earlier today, we put out a poll. We didn't actually put out because there's special polls.
We tweeted a question.
We tweeted a question on Twitter. I was gonna say we polled you on Twitter, but we didn't because there's like a Twitter poll thing that only works on the actual Twitter website and the official
And we don't
app.
go there. No, let's not talk about those.
There's only like 10 characters in the poll.
Yeah, and it's all just like.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we put out a call on Twitter for your questions. So if you have questions for Corey, Heather, Cameron, Paul, who's running tech for us,
And Kathleen.
Hello.
yeah, and me, I guess too. We're here to answer them. And if you want answers about RoadQuest, nope. And if you want answers
Has
about
everybody got their mics on? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good. We were testing you, chat, and you passed.
Wait. We're running a little late today, just a titch, because we're teaching Corey how to edit our highlight reels. And of course, we decided let's kick you
3 weeks of
bodily into the deep clips.
Oh, was it 3? It was
3 weeks of clips. That's so many clips.
That's a lot.
Typically on a loading ready live day, because it's me or Ben who alternate doing the clips, typically the person who's on clip duty is basically just goes into the office, shuts the door, and then just goes for like 3 hours to
we
try
remind
and
them
get
to eat at
Oh,
lunch.
food
They
is
fed
delivered
me.
to
They
them.
fed me. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have it. So that means you guys have a special, extra long highlight reel that you can see as soon as it's done exporting.
But I gotta say, like,
Which
We-
will
we-
probably be before the end of this
Yeah.
stream.
Oh, look at how much time I'm killing, though.
we start live at like 5 or 6,
Yeah,
and
no.
this is 3. So like,
3.
I had
Early.
like 2 hours less than a normal human.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is technically early.
So
Yeah.
I was perfectly on time.
The editoring pits grow. And after we're done moving through our pre-generated questions, we'll show you highlights, and then we'll move into some chat-a-tat-a-tat.
Yeah,
Hey.
we'll rap with you.
Yeah.
So
Get all our backwards chairs out.
you want to reference a meme.
Yeah.
I know I do.
Sitting backwards on those chairs would be pretty.
Yeah, you'd feel the burn, I think.
Yeah, that would be a pretty bow-legged stance.
This would be a near fatal Rikering.
Look, I just want to see Riker try and sit in these chairs.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I've
like
seen-
what-
yeah.
Yeah, like we talked about it last night, but you Riker over one of these chairs, and there's just a tearing noise and the sound of like giblets hitting the ground.
Let's kick us off with our first question, which I don't remember what it is.
Alrighty, the first question is there anything you're looking forward to at E3 this year?
No.
That's from Zanier.
I mean, I would really love to see if there's any footage of Shin Megami Tensei 5, but I'm kidding myself to think that, considering they only announced it 2 years ago, that they have anything to show people.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
I mostly want release dates for some things that I know are coming out. Like, I'd like an actual release date for the Persona 3, Persona 5 dancing games. I'd like a North American version of Taiko no Drummers, which is not happening. And I'd like Animal Crossing.
Which
will probably-
on the Switch so bad.
Yeah, exactly, right? And then the thing I always throw into the ring, which will never happen, is Splatoon Idol Girl rhythm game like Hatsune Miku, but Splatoon girls. And that will never happen.
I didn't know we
should.
could just make things up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're looking for at E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what you're
I
looking
wasn't
for.
even. I was like, they're not going to show the things that I really want.
No, but
I
that's
mean-
why I make a list for E3 Santa.
Yeah,
Have
like
you not
okay.
seen the E3?
She's been a
Santa.
very good girl.
So you're just going to E3 prepared to be constantly disappointed? Is
Well,
that...
I'm not very good sometimes
This
during
isn't-
the year.
This like my family would give me the Sears catalog to make a Christmas list out of, and I'd circle everything and get nothing.
I've tweeted about this, but I'm pretty sure E3 Santa is a person in a ghillie suit made of E3 swag. And that is why you don't see them. And that's why
Yeah.
sometimes there's leaks of like stuff that has fallen out of their bags before the event because they haven't gotten there yet.
all the grass and stuff in the ghillie suit are just lanyards
Yeah.
and badges.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to whatever From Software teased last year, where it was just like the sudden like there was like a spool, and then like a cable went taut, and the spool started winding.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a modern
Yeah.
So more of that.
Yeah, like what I want to see what's on the
sequel?
other end of that.
Sequel
Maybe.
to your tease.
Yeah, and if we're just making stuff up, the new X-Wing game that I just totally invented in my
right.
head.
Yeah.
With
People have been
VR.
looking forward to that for like 30 years.
Yeah, a VR X-Wing game would be an awesome thing to be surprised by.
I just want the gunner, the Millennium Falcon gunner game
Ooh.
finally.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to a release date for Rabbids, the new Mario v. Rabbids expansion with Donkey Kong in it, which adds a whole new island. I'm sure they'll give us something about that.
Well,
but
I mean, that's supposed to come out fairly soon, isn't it?
I'm excited.
Like,
so they'll
I've seen
probably show me
reviews of
footage
it.
of
And
it.
Speed
I've seen
Racer
reviews
2.
of it hitting up, so
Oh,
I assume
really?
it's coming out before
Oh.
E3.
Oh,
but I
well,
could
there
be
you go.
wrong.
Well, Topher Duckin says Death Stranding. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
in for
yeah.
watching anything more of Death Stranding.
I just
Yeah,
want
I'm
that to be out.
really looking forward to which one of what's his name's friends have been put into
Kojima?
Death. Yeah, Kojima's friends have been put into Death Stranding now.
You think,
I
he
just
got some
want-
new friends? Because he's been just hanging out with the same three for years.
I assume Death Stranding is going to be revealed to just be an MMO where they scan you, and that's like, yeah.
Ooh, that would be good. I'm looking. Reverse Creation says I'm looking forward to still not getting a concrete release date on Kingdom Hearts 3.
I was thinking that exact thing.
So that's still not out yet because I'm
No.
always confused because I don't pay attention.
No, but they've
There was
started
some
showing people
teacup
pictures.
merch. I was just like, stop reminding me that this game isn't out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We're not going to see anything from it about at E3, but The Good Life got funded.
Did it?
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that.
Which one's the Good Life?
Suda51 is making a game where it's like a girl goes to rural England to work off her debts because she can get a job there. And it's all a very quaint, beautiful town. And at night, everyone turns into cats and dogs.
Yeah.
And there's a murder mystery. And I'm like,
It's like
this is
Yeah,
perfect.
this sounds like
things.
laser
All the good
targeted to
things.
you.
Yes,
And
it
then
is.
you
Yeah.
get a lightsaber and you kill people, right?
I don't
Sure,
know. It's Suda51. It could
yeah.
be anything. Oh, no. The Good Life is sweary, not
Sweary.
Suda51. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
But
okay.
it's
I'm getting
It
my
looks- it
Japanese
looks-
acronym
it looks delightful.
developers mixed up. Suda
Yeah.
51 is No More Heroes and stuff, right?
Yes.
Which I'm not as big a fan of.
And your pitch did not sound like a Sudogoichi game. It was just like,
I don't pay any attention to some of their names. I knew it started with like an S, so I was just like, yeah, that
Yeah.
person did that.
Yeah, Sweary made Deadly Premonition, which was bonkers weird.
Suda 51's the guy who wears the moon on his head all the time,
No.
right? No, that's a different one.
That's Yoko Taro, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Yes. And he made Nier,
Nier.
which everybody loves. Do you think he's going to have anything new? Probably not.
No, it's too soon.
Yeah, I'm maybe he's still on break or
He's
developing.
charging his laser.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that would be cool. Get a new Nier game,
Yeah.
or just something new from
Tease a
that.
new thing.
Yeah, because I was
Just an
completely
Emil game.
unfamiliar with Nier until I played Automata, and I was like, "Holy moly, this is
mean,
And
amazing!"
I was so happy.
Like Nier has that. It's like because it's really weird because of course the original like Nier the game, not Nier Automata, was sort of a totally different game.
Yeah,
And it was also sort of a sequel to like some other games, but not really. The chronology of the series is highly questionable.
Isn't it like also somewhat tied into like Valkyria Chronicles or something like that?
Something.
Yeah.
Nier, the original Nier is one of the most underrated games ever, probably.
I mean, it came out in a time. It came out when Persona 5 came out and like a million other things, right? Or was
Nier
that
Automata.
earlier?
That was Automata.
The original
yeah.
one
The
was
original
like
Nier
Xbox
was like, yeah,
Oh,
360.
okay. Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forget that that's a series.
Yeah, the
so
original Nier had a thing where, like, in the Japanese version, you were playing a brother saving your sister, I think, and in the North American
Right.
version, you were playing a dad saving your daughter because they
Right.
thought
They
that
changed a lot of things.
But yeah, and it's
reasons.
because
yeah,
they thought white people
Drakengard.
wanted to play as a grizzled man.
and
Nier
it's
is
Right.
tied-
it's
is sequel to
weird.
Drakengard.
Yeah, it's weirdly tied in with Drakengard, but
That's the
but
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Drakengard has like 3 branching timelines, and so
Yeah.
it comes off one timeline, and
Yeah.
like there's another series of games that comes off a different one of the timelines.
Oh,
yeah. I heard like
cool.
if you get one of the secret endings in Drakengard, then the Nier games are a sequel to one of the secret endings in
That's-
Drakengard, and
that
then you have to
sounds
get
like-
like, yeah.
That sounds
It's-
like a parody trailer. It's like from the man who brought you the secret ending of Drakengard.
Yeah, it's like when you get the ending of Silent Hill 2 and
With the dog.
the Shiba
Yeah.
turns around and like I want to play the sequel to that game.
Yeah.
how good would it be to get more like classic horror suspense games? And they're like, hey, you guys really liked Resident Evil 7 because it was like not an action game, it was actually a spooky game that was like scary and well done. What if we made more like that?
Yeah, that would be cool. I honestly don't really know what to expect from E3 announcements anymore. Right?
I mean, a lot of this.
there's
It's like, hey guys, it's your boy Xbox coming at you with FIFA 2K whatever.
You like glow sticks? We got some glow sticks.
Right.
Just dance, do do do.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
Just
I mean,
Dance.
this is definitely for somebody, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's the things you can expect, like stuff that's coming out, but they haven't given release dates to.
Yeah, another trailer.
Then there's like the teasers for the things you won't see for like 5 years, and then there's the stuff that you're hoping for, which is the ball drop, where it's like the thing that you've wanted forever that they finally are telling you that you're getting, and they give you a release date too.
Yeah.
right. Well, it's like the Kingdom Hearts reveal, right?
So from chat, I just have to say,
What is happening on our preview monitor there?
It died.
the
Came back.
the end. There's an ending to Dragon Guard 1, wherein your fantasy protagonist and their dragon warp into modern-day Tokyo and fight an evil goddess in the sky via rhythm game. That's the ending that leads to Nier Gestalt.
Yeah.
I was joking.
Nope.
It's real.
And I'm not sure how. And I presume that Nier Gestalt that somehow leads into Nier Automata, even though. But there's probably one of those things where there's like 10,000 years between each game, so everything
Yeah.
has changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pokemon Snap. I'm with chat on that.
Yes.
Um,
every
every-
new Nintendo
every-
console. it's
Every
like,
new
this is for
Nintendo
Pokemon
thing,
Snap.
it's like Pokemon Snap, right?
Pokemon Snap.
I don't think we'll get a lot about Pokemon at E3 though, because last year they did a thing about Pokemon before E3, like
Yeah.
a week before. So I kind of think they're going to do that again.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of games that everyone was waiting for a long time and then got dropped, or got revealed, if there's any more info on Beyond Good and Evil, I would be very interested in that.
I mean, they gave us that big video that showed nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, my heart is like, I love Beyond Good and Evil. It was just so much fun as a game, but we have been hurt so many times. It's been rumored to be coming out for a while. They've done trailers before. This one looks like it's really going to happen, but the question is it actually going to be like a real Beyond Good and Evil?
But it's more like Duke
Game,
Nukem
or is it
Forever
just
than
gonna be
like
something
Half-Life
else?
3. It's like, yeah, this will probably come out eventually. It'll be surprising, and I'll be like, where did they unearth this from? But
Yeah. Oh, you know what would be great? If Atlas was like, hey, guess what? It's a new Devil Survivor for Switch.
Yeah.
While we're making stuff up that we want.
I mean, that's how I approach E3. I'm like, you might as well just make up everything that you want to happen, because it likely won't. You're already prepared for that. But if it does,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, you just copied it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you heard it here first.
Yeah. All right, I think we've discussed our fantasy wish list. By the way, this is sounding less like a Santa and more like a Great Pumpkin situation.
Yeah.
As in, like, the Great Pumpkin flies out of the Great E3 Santa flies out of the E3 conference he thinks is the most sincere and gives highly anticipated game releases to all the best girls and boys. So unfortunately, he's coming out of the Devolver Digital Showcase this year and delivering you all an extremely ironic pile of nails.
I love the idea of the E3 Santa, the idea that like, if you're really good, then E3 Santa will make a certain game be announced at E3, regardless of whether the developers have actually been working on that game.
Yeah, it's retroactive, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you find out that way.
It's like, this game is coming out next week. It's like, it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
All right, well, Half-Life 3 confirmed then.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What interests do you have that you don't normally get to discuss, either in an LRR context or otherwise? It's from Canvas Wolfdoll.
Well, I mean,
Space filling algorithms.
Really?
Yeah.
The problem with this is, I feel like any answer we give, a bunch of people are going to be like, I want to discuss that. Let's all discuss that now. There's now a channel in the Discord about that topic.
Yeah, well, here's what I try to do is, like, I just made a music show because I didn't have any way of talking about my literal only hobby in a work context, right? And I had not yet turned like the one thing I do for pleasure into something I can also monetize and use to advertise myself. So that's what I did. So now I have a music stream. Brave New Faves next week, by the way. And if you didn't catch the VOD with Corey, Molly, and I think it's not muted yet because there was some very esoteric choices there.
I mean, the chances are not the whole VOD will get muted.
I believe it is
There's,
partially
I think, a couple.
muted already.
Ooh.
Well, such is the nature of things. Life is fleeting.
Everything I went to school for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants to talk Fortran.
I don't
I miss
have,
being able to talk about statistical thermodynamics with people.
I don't have the knowledge base to talk.
That's
to
the
you
real
about those
problem
things.
with all of our friends.
Yeah, all of our friends are not. We have varying knowledge bases, and sometimes they don't intersect at all. Like, I would love to talk about fairy tales and lore and a bunch of things that I just don't have people to talk about, so I don't even look it up sometimes anymore.
Yeah. Like all the friends I used to talk about it with have done their PhDs and are doing postgrads right now. And I'm like, bye, I'll miss you.
Yeah, but it's like, I can't just like bust out like, hey, here's this fun geography to read. Check out these white papers. You need a membership to JSTOR.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, there
I mean,
are
if you
relatively
presented
few,
it like that,
Yeah.
maybe.
there are relatively few people I can be like, hey, I found this interesting paper on Archive. And like, help me make sense of it, right? Like, there's one thing to being like, well, this is how this works, and I get to talk from a point of authority, and a very different thing where you get to talk with somebody else whose understanding is incomplete about a sophisticated topic, and you both develop your understanding of it.
Yes.
Like, I can see already people in the chat who are like, yeah, Cam started a science show, but at the same time,
That's a lot of
that's
work.
just that's
Well,
that's
it's
also
like-
just you talking at the chat.
Yeah.
You probably want to converse with someone.
Yeah, I miss the discussions. I miss the I miss tackling a problem with people, and
Sort of working
evaluate-
towards consensus and bouncing ideas off each other and
Yeah.
communicating and getting to the nitty gritty fun bits.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to, for those of you who don't know, my brother was doing a PhD in cognitive psychology, and I'm not going to explain it very well because I found it difficult to understand a lot of the stuff that he dealt with because he was as you do when you go into PhD studies, you tend to work working in very very narrow fields. But he was doing a lot of stuff to do with like how the brain perceives information from the eyes, like not so much actual like vision problems, but actually how the brain is interpreting the view from your eyes. And so I was really interested in talking with him, and I was like, oh man, it would be neat to have sort of like a podcast where it's basically like you explaining it to me, but like I'm the sort of person going like, so what does that mean, and sort of trying to find out more about some of this kind of stuff. But the problem with that is that he like a lot of people who knows a lot about topics, he didn't feel like he knew enough about the topic.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
To like be able to talk about it in a really authoritative manner. So that didn't really work out, which is unfortunate. But I enjoy talking to him about stuff and like asking him about things and finding out weird details about stuff, even if I don't quite understand all of the all of the parts of it.
I think as well though, it's like you want other people you can talk to. Like Cam's talking about solving problems together and doing those things together, and I relate that to like if you're playing basketball and you're so good, and other people who are maybe not as good as you are like, oh yeah, we'll play with you, but you're never going to get better by playing against people who are not at the same level as you or doing things right. And
Yeah.
it's like having that interaction is important but different, and it's easier to lose.
I guess what I'm missing is not so much the conversation as the collaboration.
Yeah.
And that feedback loop that happens.
Regularly too.
All
right, next question.
Next question. What is the longest amount of time you've spent exclusively listening to one music album, and what was the album? From Nathan Jass.
There's so many to choose, right? Like,
I mean,
My problem
I
is
guess
road
you sort of go
trips.
through like stages in
Yeah.
life sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but
because
sometimes you're trapped in a car and you only have one album.
yes.
Well, I mean,
Right.
I do the thing where I listen to an album on repeat for
Yeah.
days, right?
Yeah.
And now that I don't ride the bus anymore, I don't have that quiet space where I can just sit with my headphones on, listening to one album on repeat. And also, I'm share my home with someone, and it's considered rude to just have your headphones on for like 6 hours.
Uh-oh.
So, like, this would probably have been years ago that I was last able to really, really do that. So what would have been big? I mean, I could go back and look at like my iTunes most repeated albums.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I definitely think there was definitely a phase when I was a teenager where I spent a lot of time listening to OK Computer. But this was back in the old days where you had to buy CDs. And so you didn't have a million albums to listen to. So you listened to the ones you had a lot. But I, like, you know, I listened to OK Computer a lot. And then, like, I don't know, like, just you go through phases of really getting into albums. Like, I listened to, God, I probably listened to Nonagon Infinity after I've heard it. Probably like 15 or 20 times in a row. Just, like, I'd listen to it once or twice, go to bed, come back. Like, the next day when I was ready to listen to music, it would be Nonagon Infinity again. Because, you know, because that's the kind of weeb I am. And when I was writing Camp Nettleby, I was listening to Rejuvenation by Paul White. It was basically the only album I would listen to. I just put it on repeat because it's sort of like pleasant and like upbeat. So I was like, this is perfect. This is good getting me to write at 2 a.m. kind of music. So like anything like more recent.
Like, when I was a teenager, I probably listened to like Portishead's self-titled, actually, instead of Dummy, like on repeat for months. Skinny Puppy's Too Dark Park.
Ooh.
Siamese Dream by the Smashing Pumpkins. And more recently, like, I probably listened to Gio Gotti endlessly the summers I was working in Calgary.
Well, you were in a great headspace then, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh.
Yeah, to listen to that album endlessly.
I mean, what else? What else have I just never taken off repeat? Like, OK Computer is definitely on there. But more recently than 1997 would have been Amnesiac, which I think didn't leave my CD player for months.
Interesting.
So let's see. Troopers, Hot Shots. That was in the car forever as a cassette. Jeff Wayne's musical War of the Worlds had that always in the CD player. Would do a lot of driving around each day listening to the Beatles' Red Album, some Beach Boys' Greatest Hits. Lately, I've been listening to Foster the People's Torches. It's kind of like just kind of fun bebopping around music. And Dirty Computer. So that's fun.
It's the sequel to OK Computer.
The sequel to OK
Yeah.
Computer. Dirty Computer, the sequel to OK Computer. Very, very similar
Yeah.
in
Oh, yeah.
makeup. Oh, yes.
Yeah. No, I need to give Dirty Computer another listen. Like, I really liked all of Janelle Monáe's stuff.
Yeah.
So I need to actually like sit down with that album because again, it's a thing where I've put it on when I'm in the car and I'm like driving and trying not to run over people.
Yeah.
And drift into other lanes, and I can't give it my full attention. And dragging this back to me again.
Yeah.
When I was writing my thesis in school, I was listening to the Minecraft OST,
Oh.
which because I associated that with just like
Calming.
like calm, diligent work. Like when you're Minecrafting and you're like grid mining and trying to like stack blocks evenly, it lends itself very well to like that very kind of analytical, systematic, methodical work that I needed to get done. And then towards the end, I shifted over to the Gravity soundtrack.
Wow.
Like listening to that on repeat at like 5 a.m,
Look
and you're
at
just
you.
like, "Ah!"
Yes.
like, and you've just got like a pot of coffee that you're drinking out of.
I literally didn't know that Minecraft had a soundtrack.
It's very pleasant.
Yeah, it's
Right?
it's-
Everyone I've ever seen play it plays with the music off. So
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Now that I think about that.
I thought
sure-
it was just big giant circles.
No, it's C1
C416, 418,
418.
481, 148.
I said 148, but now I've met him, but I forget.
What's he like?
Pleasant enough to meet at a convention.
Fair.
Let me see. What are some? I just know that like at certain time periods of my life, I definitely listened to a lot of albums based on like the company I was keeping. Like I remember when I was in university, I would be palling around with my friend Eric, and we listened to Modest Mouse, Good News for People Who Love Bad News, probably like every day the summer it came out,
Right.
because we were both very into it. And let's see,
C418.
C418, and yeah, I don't know. There's probably just like albums like that from my history. I thought
Yeah, like when I was in university the first time, the friends I was hanging out with were like those dudes that you hang out in their basement listening to metal albums and drinking with.
God, I know those dudes.
So at that time it was like Lamb of God, Opeth, Soilwork, and like
Soilwork haven't aged well.
probably not. Like and we got in, or they were listening to Soilwork because they had an album that was produced by Devin Townsend.
Yes.
So, yeah. What else was in there? I keep wanting to say Frontline Assembly, but no, they're a completely different thing that I also listened
Strapping Young Lad.
The Strapping Young Lad, but like there was a whole bunch of like Swedish metal that influenced American metal, and then they like In Flames was a Swedish metal band, and then there was an American version of In Flames, basically that was something. Yeah. There we go.
All the music is happening all the time.
Oh, it's impossible to keep up. Heather, any musical albums that made a big impact on you?
So I only listen to music during 2 times. If I'm really depressed and angry, then I listen to a lot of really depressive, angry music that I don't want to talk about.
No, that's fine.
And if I'm working, I can't listen to music with lyrics because I get too distracted. So I listen to things like classical music or like Blue Man Group.
Okay.
Just
Any chiptunes?
noises. I've not gone looking for chiptunes, and I don't know where to begin, so I haven't bothered. If you want to send some my way, Corey, go for it. I could use some diversity. I haven't added music to my list in like 5 years.
And also John Hopkins.
That's not true. I added
Ooh.
Little Witch Academia.
Yeah, doesn't he have a new album
Yeah.
out?
Yes, and it's great.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yes,
Okay.
It's very,
Very
very, very,
listenable.
very, very
Yes.
good. I think it's,
I like the one review I read of it was like, so John Hopkins went away for a while and came back with this, and it's, this is a lot going on here.
Yeah, like I used to just run Immunity in the back while I was working. So
Did you ever hear his collaboration with what was it, King something? It was like this weird folky.
King Cruel.
I don't know anymore, but it was
They're
like
both English, so I'm like,
yeah, maybe it was like a folky album about like a fishing town.
No, I did not.
It was good. A friend recommended it to me because she was into like neo folk music, and that's how I heard about John Hopkins for the first time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, instead of through the electronic pipeline.
Yeah, I feel like John Hopkins is just like, what if I took the whole idea of IDM and took that to its logical extremes and really pushed forward with this genre like people aren't
it's
doing
like Kathleen's
anymore.
Broken Dryer music, except got a beat.
I listen to other things than broken dryer music.
Wait, is that the name of the band or is
No, she's making fun of me.
Okay, I can't tell sometimes.
If you like some broken dryer music, there's an artist named Moomin, as in like the Finnish comics, that just put out like a very like traditional house album, which is like, if you just want music that goes ba-da, 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 but in a pleasant way in the background, which sometimes you do. So yeah.
Well, sometimes I need noise in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw on some future funk. Get your St. Pepsi in there.
Like I used to listen to podcasts when I was trying to do schoolwork, like sewing and stuff, which is normally a thing you can do if you already know how to do the thing that you're doing.
Right.
If you don't, and you're trying to
just
figure
super
it out,
distracting.
it's either distracting or you realize you haven't listened to the last hour.
Right.
Yeah, podcasts are for like cleaning house or doing stuff that is basically brainless, but you sort of have to get
Yes.
done.
They're for cleaning your bathroom. All right. Next
All right.
All
question.
right, next. Yeah.
Next question. What is something you want to like, but has something preventing you from liking it? From Caleb Fire Dragon.
These are deep questions.
Yeah, I was hoping by now I'd have an answer for this one since I was the one who picked the initial
Oh, I
question.
see. I know who to
You
who
could
to blame
have gone
here.
and looked at the Slack.
I
You were there.
was editing the highlights,
I know,
which
you
are
were
going to be
busy.
perfect and wonderful. And nothing wrong.
As soon as
I
they're
should-
exported.
I should probably go check on those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel. We were talking about not liking Destiny 2. I feel bad about not liking Destiny 2.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of things that I wish I was into but have not been able to get into. I think somebody asked me a related question to this one, only it was specifically about bands, and I replied like, I don't even know how to pronounce their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is a band that has like checks all of the boxes on paper that I should like, but I sit down and listen to them and I'm like, there's something not clicking.
Yeah,
for
I
me,
feel like
right?
I feel that way about a lot of bands where it's like I should like this more than I do, but it just does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad.
No, yeah, and you even look at it and go like, how dare I not like this?
It seems like it should be exactly my jam, but at the same time, my heart is unmoved.
If we're gonna go that way, then yeah, I could basically say every single video game that all my friends are into that I'm not into, specifically that's a multiplayer thing, because I would really like to get in on playing games with everyone.
Yeah.
But almost every game that everyone seems to be in on that's multiplayer is a shooty man game.
Yeah.
And a thing that I don't want to invest time in. And I can't, like, you have to level up or you have to keep up in order to be like whatever.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like, no,
And like
the game is making this hard.
I don't have a huge capacity for repeated failure in video games anymore because I don't have the time for it. So like playing like Super Meat Boy or puzzle games that are hard or like games with a really skilled community, it's just like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't play Sniper.
Yeah. I feel like I want to play the PUBGs with my friends, but I don't want to play a shooting game.
Yeah.
And now that everybody's like first person or death, I'm like, well, now it just makes me sick to look at. So great, right? Fantastic. Oh, Dured says churches. Yeah, I should like churches, and I just like I
Really?
don't like. They're not bad. I objectively think their music is like decent, but I'm like, okay,
It just doesn't grab you.
doesn't
Yeah.
grab me, doesn't do
yeah.
anything for me. Yeah.
What else? I'm trying to think of books because I have all these books on my shelf that I haven't read yet.
I tried
And, like,
really hard to
that-
get into Dune.
Yeah,
and
that,
it did not
that I got
work.
like 2 chapters into and was just kind of like, well, this is really well reviewed and everybody likes it, and I don't for whatever reason, and I can't parse it and it makes me feel like a failure. And there's a lot of those.
Like
I could get you
Infinite
a
Jest.
full list.
Infinite Jest is just like a bam, you're a failure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tried to read Infinite Jest twice, and I'm like, oh, it's so long.
Yeah.
And I'd probably
When part of
like
the
it.
strategy for reading a book is tear off all the footnotes and keep them separate.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
that's not just a clever name.
It's not.
It's like a cinder block.
You need like 3 bookmarks on the go at all times.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's that joke about Finnegan's Wake, right?
Oh, I
Finnegan's
haven't-
Wake would be easier to digest if you just fucking ate it, right? Like,
Yeah, I have a couple of books like that I should really finish. I started to read a book by Jonathan Coe called The Rotters Club. And it's set in Birmingham during the 1970s, so like punk music and stuff like that. So this is like exactly my jam of a book. And I got about, I would say, a fifth of the way through, and something incredibly shocking happens, and I was just like, okay, I'll pick that back up when I'm a little less emotionally fragile. And it's sat on my shelf since.
yeah.
But it's an amazing book.
No.
And like 60, 70 pages in, maybe. I can't remember how far this in. The thing that happens. If anybody's in chat has read the book, they'll know what I'm talking about. But I was just like, I was so engrossed. It paints such a beautiful verisimilitude.
I was watching The
to this world.
Descent, the movie, with the horror stuff, and I'm like, well, this is pretty decent. And then it's just like a murder, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Legend of Galactic Heroes. Like my favorite character, offed, and then I was just like, I will come back to this. I've still not gone back to finish because I'm just like, no, what's the point? My favorite character is gone now. He will never come back. It's not one of those anime where they come back.
Yeah, I wish I could read literature.
I mean, I just read books that I think I will like.
Yeah,
Most
that's
of
what
it's
it comes down
fine.
to.
Like I'm too. I don't have enough free time to read books that are good. That
Yeah.
have nothing. That's like, this is a beautiful story of a multi-generational family tragedy where everything is sadness. I'm like, I don't want to spend my spare time reading that, even if it is amazing. It's like, I want stories of kids who are in bands and solve mysteries, right?
I literally have only done it with Dune, where I forced myself to read the first 2 books, just so I understood all the group jokes, which I understood plenty enough from context without having to read the book. So it's not worth it.
Yeah, not worth
It's
it.
not worth doing that stuff if you don't want to.
No.
The idea of like, yeah, just reading, like I think I run into that too, where it's like, it's like, I know that this is a good version of this. This is like an extremely well crafted version of this, but I just don't want this. Like, I remember actually we were talking earlier today about Fatal Frame, video game, and I stopped, and I was playing that, and like I stopped like halfway through, because like I was playing it and it was, you know, very scary and stuff, and I'm like, about halfway through, I'm like, why am I playing this? Like, I could be playing like Kirby and having so much fun. I'm so tense right now. This is like not an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's like, it's that way because they're so good at, because it was so well made at giving that experience.
yeah, but as somebody who like has some pretty bad anxiety issues, a lot of the time I'm just like, I want my recreational activities to take me away from that.
Yeah.
I want to go to a happy place exclusively, right?
Someone, True Transil Alacia was saying that they've only gotten about 2/3 of the way through all of Neil Stephenson's books.
Yeah.
And somebody beat me to the joke, which was that's about like,
As far as Neil Stevenson gets.
yeah, that's about as far as Neil Stevenson gets through
Whereas
each one of his
I-
books,
I'll
because they just
read
stop.
all of his crap.
Yeah.
I'll just keep going, and I'm just like, I will binge that. It's like,
Yeah, and then the story's
Cryptonomicon,
happening, and Neil
Raventy,
Stevenson is suddenly
70s,
just
yes,
like, no, I'm done with this
yes.
book, and it just stops.
Give me the words. That's,
We have a lot of those books on our shelves at home that I think Beach has been intending to read for a long time.
yeah.
And I look at them and I'm like, oh, they're very pretty. They're nice and hardcover.
I have some like leftover textbooks from History of Warfare, and I'm like, maybe I should read that. It was just like an assigned thing, so I bought it.
I have some textbooks I've saved for years because they were so good. I took a class in university, and it's probably incredibly outdated now, but it was on Russian espionage.
Right.
And I was like, what a cool class, and it was very interesting, and all the assigned reading was great, and I still have all of these textbooks.
Yep.
Or I have most of them, I think. But yeah.
I mean, speaking of espionage and literature, did you hear that Julia Kristeva was revealed to have worked for, was it the Hungarian secret police?
Did not hear.
And then you look at pictures of Julia Kristeva and you're like, yeah, totally. Yeah, with those boots, absolutely.
Oh yeah, somebody in the chat mentioned about getting stuck on like an RPG, like on the grinding sections and stuff. I've done the thing with RPGs where I get to the end, to like where I can beat the game.
Oh, and then you just
and
don't.
I just stop, and I'm just like, like all that's left is like killing the last dude,
Spending
and,
2
like,
hours in a fight. Yeah.
and finishing it. So I don't really care.
I was stuck at that point in Persona 5 for months because I was like, oh, but I have other things that I could be doing, right? Like, I could like finish off all of these things. And then eventually I was like, or, Kathleen, go with me on this journey through your own mind. You can't get 100% completion in the game anyhow because you didn't follow a guide, so you didn't get all of your confidant levels. So who cares about getting everything you can possibly get that leaves you more stuff to do in New Game Plus? Just beat the fucking game already. I sat down and I was like, yes, I'm gonna be at the PlayStation till 4 in the morning, and then it was only like 1:30. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be.
That is why I like RPGs having quality of life features, like logging in stuff that you've done and giving you like checklists and things in the game, so that when that does happen and you come back to it, you can figure out where you were instead of
That's nice.
being like, well, I'm lost now. Best to start over, I suppose.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
What would your personal dream road trip be? It's from Dared00. Relevant to current road questing action.
Kathleen, go first.
No, go first. You put your hand up first.
Trans-Siberian Railway.
Yeah.
Start in Beijing, take the Trans-Manchurian, meet up with the Trans-Siberian, take that, go to Moscow, get on another thing, go to St. Petersburg, and then just spend some time in the Hermitage, Hermitage, I don't know. They were francophones, or francophiles. So L'Hermitage, let's go with. And then, do the Eastern European thing for a little while. But like the Trans-Siberian Railway, yes, absolutely. That would windmill slam.
Amazing. My immediate answer was a little less exciting, but still great. Down the Pacific Highway number 5 along the coast of Washington State, Oregon, and California to go to Santa Rosa, California, to go to the Charles M. Schultz Museum. I've never been, and I want to go.
I was sorry, I just interpreted the question so differently.
Oh no!
So I literally don't have a destination in mind. Just I want to be in a really cool car, like that's comfortable with. Since I've spent so much time hanging out with all of you, Corey, me, Kathleen, and Molly, and we basically just like go wherever we want, and you guys have like cool music things, and I'll do some other things, but we'll all be in the same car, hanging out and doing that thing.
Can you go around solving crimes?
Yes, let's solve crimes.
Can we go around making trouble?
Can we go around
Absolutely,
making
let's do
crimes?
both.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
You guys doing
solve other
crimes.
crimes.
Yeah, you need another group that just follows
We
along
can't
behind you a
solve
couple
our
of days
own
later.
crimes. We
No,
can
that's
make
the
crimes and
easiest.
we can
Those are
solve
the easiest
but
crimes to
different.
solve.
No. We want other. We're leaving crimes for other people to solve, and
like a
solving other
geocaching
crimes
kind
that
of thing.
other people have left for us to solve.
Do you want to go to the Charles M. Schultz Museum in Santa Rosa, California? Because your thing sounds beautiful, and it dovetails nicely with mine. Because I didn't have any like other people, but I know Molly would probably also like to do that.
See, that'll work out.
Okay, great.
take
So
it
that's
on
Heather
time.
and mine's
Yes.
joint.
Yeah.
Corey, what do you want to do?
I'm coming with that one.
Okay,
But,
great. Cam, you can do your own thing.
Yeah, I will.
See, my first response was just
The
like,
entire joy of being on the Trans-Siberian Railroad is that nobody can talk to you.
is like, well, do I want an amphibious vehicle that can also fly, or do I want to go up in a rocket ship? And then you guys had real things, so I'm like, well, okay, the top of the world highway would be fun. Trans-Siberian, oh yeah, just like a round the world in 80 days kind of scenario for me, for myself. Drive as much as you can, fly when you cannot, have a Zeppelin.
Fly when you're being a quitter. Drive everywhere.
So what you want is a Mario Kart scenario where
Yeah,
you have,
we have
a
a
car
transforming vehicle.
that changes into a submarine and also has a hang glider.
Yes.
This doesn't make this. This still works with the Heather and Kathleen joint
Yeah,
idea.
you can still.
Yeah. Perfect.
We'll take your car. We'll go where Kathleen wants to go, and we'll drag Molly with us.
But there's also other things along the way we can stop at.
Yes.
Also, like, stupid things. I would want to stop at every stupid, like, hey, we have the world's second largest ball
Yeah.
of cheese. And
Yeah.
it's like, great, pull over.
Yeah. Excellent. We have to stop there.
Yeah.
For crimes.
You go to Oregon, see some giant beavers.
Yeah. Hey, it's the world's 9th largest rubber band.
Just the rubber band.
Yeah, it's lying on the side of the road. It's like, well, you'd think they'd make a stand or something for it, but
Yeah,
okay.
apparently there's a big drop off after 8.
Yeah.
Right? Like 9 is just like an industrial grade one they poured 5% too much rubber into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The lar-
I've been on so many road trips with like too many people, and people that I don't maybe want to be that much in a road trip with for that long.
In Oregon, there's a museum at a monastery where you can see like the world's largest hairball. Like a pig
Pull
coughed up.
over. Pull the fuck over.
Hairball?
Like
What?
I want to do
Wait,
this.
why is it in a monastery?
there's a
Is that-
museum there. About weird animal crap, like the two-headed calf kind of thing.
Oh my god, if you had told
Yeah,
me,
stuff
false
too.
area.
if you had
Yeah,
told me
let's
about
go
that and I
there.
was driving, even if it was like we didn't need to, I would just slam on the brakes and like whip up and do like an e-brake turn and just it's like it's still ahead of us. I gave you plenty of warning. And then, embarrassingly 3-point turn back onto the road. Oh, it'd be so good.
And just go and visit the world's 2nd largest fatberg or something.
Right?
I think that's in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I guess they blew the world's largest fatberg into the world's largest and 2nd largest fatberg, right? Like that. I guess that's the process.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can we?
All right.
Oh, wait.
What?
Wait,
Out of
somebody-
the sewers.
But here's another thing I'd love to do. I want to, because England is small.
Can
I
you
want
purge-
to walk.
A very large lard ball from my brain right now.
Well, here, go with me
Let me
on
just
this
blow in your ear.
other journey. I want to walk across England.
No.
Not the up and down way, the short way.
Can you start it like
Just
that?
walk like Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's paths all over England. You can walk from one side of England to another.
Yeah, walking tours of England is a fairly.
I want to do
common
that.
thing.
No, I think
Can I have a vehicle or a scoot?
you can have a Segway.
Yeah.
What is the
Roller skates.
the pilgrim road that runs through the
Oh,
the
through,
French
like,
Alps?
Spain
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
Camino.
Whoa.
I know somebody who's done that.
Yeah,
she
so do
did
I.
it with her family.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, not roller skates. Those wheelie things.
The heel wheels.
Yeah, heel wheels.
Heelys?
Heelys, wheelies. I
It's
don't know
only
what they're
really
called.
worked like downhill, I think.
I've done like a 50-mile hike and no.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's not like a hike because England is densely populated like North America.
So I
is.
have to walk from A to B with my own body, the
Yeah, yeah.
meat suit that I wear.
Yeah, with your fleshy meat suit. But every 10 miles or so, you get to pilot your meat mecca into
Yeah.
a pub and get a little bit drunk.
Oh, you didn't say we were doing a beer crawl across
It's not a
England.
beer crawl. That's just how things work there.
Every 10 minutes I get to get drunk? That's a beer
no,
crawl.
every 10 miles you get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go and have a
minutes.
pint of cellar temperature beer and a pickled egg.
Oh,
You have to take some of that with you for every 10 minutes.
Or a Pimm's.
wrap up meat in another meat. Or a Pimm's.
Pimm's are great. Wow, Kathleen has a very rosy view of our pub density. And then Kathleen isn't entirely wrong.
Yeah, I like the one above that. It's like every 10 miles, try every 200 yards.
In comparison with Canada, if
Yeah.
you can get there, it's
I mean,
pretty close.
In
Yeah.
Canada, we have very large spaces of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like car broke down,
Dead.
dead.
Yeah. Well, or like do that in Scotland. Scotland's a bit more rugged. Like that's a little bit more open stuff. But like when I went to England many years ago, we were down in Sussex and we did like a boating tour of like the little harbor and stuff like that. And we decided that because I like to walk, and we went to, I can't remember the name of the town, but we went to the little gift shop and like local tourism information area thing, and they had like a little booklet of like walking trails, because there's trails all over England that go through like farm fields and stuff like that, so we could walk from where we were back to Chichester, and it was 10 kilometers. And so we just did that, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful sunny day, but it wasn't too hot. It was like one of the nicest days of my life. And when we came back, people were like, all that way, but my goodness, Must have taken you so long. I'm like, it took us about 2 hours because we weren't walking very fast. maybe 2.5 hours, right? We stopped and took pictures. Like, it was great. I want to do that for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, like Canada has given us a warped view of how much nothing is out there, right?
Yeah.
Like, Europeans will be like, oh, you have to walk 10 kilometers. That's very far away. And it's like, there are spaces of nothing in Canada the size of Europe.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yeah, the size of
exactly
Belgium.
that.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, like the
All of
entire
Europe.
thing.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Just fits into the zone between things.
Well,
Yeah.
because Graham we asked some of Graham's
that's
family.
mosquito country.
And we're like,
Oh,
how long
no.
would it take to drive to, because, there's how long does it take to drive to Belgium, right? So it's a couple countries over, and they're like, oh, God, like 8 hours. And it's like, yeah, we can't even get to the next province over in 8 hours.
Yeah.
Arclight's thrown a classic joke: 100 miles is long distance in Europe, and 100 years is a long time in North America.
Yeah.
So true. We also measure distance and time, so it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how far away is it? About 16 hours.
yeah. Because I know it's like 23 hours to get from here to like Fort St. John. So.
And if you're motivated, you can drive from Vancouver to Prince George in like
8.
8. But like
7.
realistically, like by the time getting out of Vancouver takes so long that it's probably closer to like 10.
Yeah, like
Or 12,
My
possibly.
dad would drive from Prince George to Tsawwassen in 8 hours.
Yeah, that's what we timed those trips for.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were trips for long. I'm glad we don't do them anymore.
I don't think you could do it in 8 hours anymore with the traffic.
You don't go into Vancouver at all,
Yeah,
right?
Oh, you go down like Ladner, Michigan
Yeah.
Highway? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
yeah, if you're like the ferry. Anyways,
All right. It sounds like a sweet road trip.
As a person from Quinnell, 7 hours if you just go the speed limit, says
yeah,
Jason.
so
Spike.
it's
Well,
it's
nice.
totally doable. It's get up and walk around at least once.
Lord Hosk, when you drive from Milwaukee to Alaska, you turn right at Fargo, left at Winnipeg, and then drive through Coachfield for 2 days. You're so correct, yeah. Ah.
All right. Next question. If you had unlimited funding, what would you do?
Oh, I've got so many answers to this
This
question.
is from Chi7891.
Can you own a planet?
Possibly slightly
Why would you
related
want
to
to?
the previous
Can you
question.
own this planet?
Why would
Probably.
you want to?
I mean, it might take a
I-
while.
this
to
planet's
get
Where all the
Correct.
things are.
Yeah.
If I had unlimited funding, I would just do my PhD. That's basically
Oh.
my aspiration with life. And after that, I would own nothing. Like I read this article where a sign of you can tell somebody's relative level of wealth by how much stuff they have to carry with them, right? Because as you get wealthier, the more stuff you can substitute for a credit card, right?
Yeah, you can just buy whatever you need at that moment.
Yeah, right? You don't need to carry a notebook. If you need a notebook, you can just go buy it if you have unlimited money, right?
Or yell at your assistant or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Or into your phone.
If you need a notebook, you can just yell at your assistant. It won't get you a notebook, but you'll feel better about the whole thing. So.
I interpreted this as more of a if we had unlimited money, what loading ready run projects would we do? And first, a proper like a game show style set for the panelists, so it looked like something from the 1970s with a light up sign and everything.
Ooh, yeah.
That would cost thousands of
Yeah.
dollars.
I mean,
and would be poorly
basically,
spent.
I mean, the first thing would be, like separate fancy sets for every show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like just a big, big sound stage.
Yeah. The Moonbase is now Rocket Jump Studios in LA.
Yeah.
If you've been there.
Oh, yeah.
Except
I've
not in LA.
But I
No,
kind of-
here, obviously. I don't want to move there. And Corpline animated series. Full animated series.
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Those are my two. Money is no object projects that I would do here.
I mean, like, if I had, like, unlimited personal funding, I would go and do my PhD. If I had command of all of the world's resources,
Oh, well, that's
yeah,
different.
we'd remake our energy infrastructure.
Right.
Right.
Do all the
take a
cool
few
things.
years, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unlimited funding, like the first things I think about are like securing a place to live that I don't have to move out of ever again because I hate moving and I've moved a lot since moving here.
Yeah.
And then, making a really nice stream space that's not overheated and filled with wires everywhere because everything is limited. And then beyond that, it's like I like the idea of having a big complex setup where the bottom level is like everybody's streaming stuff, like all of our streaming stuff. LRR's, our individual streaming stuff. We have the best internet ever.
I was gonna say,
and
yes,
then, like,
gigabit internet.
And then like there's like a section above that where it's like the deadening sound space of like places that can hang out, and then above that we have places we all live that are nice because we're
like a
adults and we can
complex?
yeah
a complex.
we're
A compound.
adults, we can ignore each other if we want to.
Yeah, what if it was like a like a full, like a big like backlot studio kind of situation, and then connected to that was like basically a cul-de-sac.
I feel like
just
we're getting
like-
into compound territory now.
Yeah,
We've already got there.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
and because we have unlimited funding, we can just we have like an extra house where our friends can come and visit.
We build a town.
Yeah,
Like all I really want is us to have nice places where we can do our work and nice places where we can live and not feel like we'll have to move out at any point and we will have to stress about those things so that we can continue to make things that we just enjoy doing, because as long as our needs are met, creativity is easier.
it doesn't. I don't need to, and I in fact do not want to live somewhere big and fancy. I
No.
like my current domicile is a great size as far as I'm concerned. Maybe one more room. You know,
then-
if I,
Then I like the
unlimited
idea.
funding.
I like
you
the
know.
idea of being able to, sort of like patronize things in order to make things that I want come into being, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, the simple thing would be like, you go over to like an anime producer that you really like and be like, hey, I want another season of this show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you want to make another season of this show? I will pay for it.
be a
That would be-
producer.
That would be pretty cool too.
Or either that or just like, I want this technology. I'm pretty sure that with the current stuff we have in the world, it's definitely possible. Nobody's put it together before, and I don't quite know how to put it together, but I know that it's possible. So I'm going to find somebody who's smart enough to do it and pay them to do it for me.
Oh, I definitely think there would be some of that going on if we had unlimited funding.
Or just like, hey, I want you to make a program that's basically XSplit except has all the things that I want in it.
Yeah.
Let's be fair, if LRR had unlimited funding, we would possibly have a studio space that is more permanent, and everyone would probably be actually being paid full time.
That's
and
great.
we
That
wouldn't
is
do,
literally
like, contractor work, right?
Graham's
Like,
I'm going to win the lottery dream, where he buys like a huge lot and either retrofits a building or like gets a new building built. There was a building that was empty for many years downtown. This is Graham's dream. He wins the lottery. He buys a building that he owns, and we never have to leave. We build an amazing studio in it. It's got a theater in it for screening things and stuff like that, or just movie nights, right? Or like you can rent, so it's like a public arts venue as well.
Or just watch dailies,
Yeah, exactly, right? But like for like multi-purpose stuff, and then everybody here has a full-time job. Yeah. That's Graham's dream. That is literally his dream.
I think like
And maybe
I would
we get a sweet apartment out of the deal, probably.
at the drop of a hat travel somewhere. If I had unlimited money, I would just be like, I'm going to Spain. I'm just gone
jets
for a
off
day.
in rocket boots.
In my rocket pack that I own.
See Antarctica.
Yeah.
Before it melts.
Visit the Marianas Trench, maybe.
Yep. Go down my little James Cameron tube.
Yeah.
There's a James Cameron tube?
He
Well, I
built,
mean, I guess James Cameron is technically a tube.
I mean, he's
right?
a tube, but they made a tube that goes around him so that he can go to the Marianas Trench.
A meta tube.
Oh, Kathleen's
Not
dead.
that strange.
Oh my god.
All right. What question was that?
Road trip
Question six.
money. That was how much money he got.
Yeah. All right. And we've been chatting for almost an hour. How are those highlights coming along, Cole?
They were pretty close when I checked before, so let's look at this question and I'll check again.
Okay.
All right.
How do you overcome the work-related burnout that comes when you've been doing things for years? That's from
Synthetica.
Synthetica. I should have been able to do that.
The knowledge that
Synthetica.
the knowledge that if you stop, you starve.
Yeah.
You kick
You don't get to live anywhere. I quit my job and just hang out at the moon base. That's what I do with the burnout.
Cancel, feed dump, a lot of people are saying.
I mean, you do different. You have to switch, right?
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
switch to doing different things. As I know the question says like for doing things for years, but you can achieve burnout in a matter of like 3 weeks if you really want to.
You
Doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing.
get
Like,
burned out on food.
yeah,
Yeah.
food, doing the same show. If you're not, you need to have time to go and experience things and do different things and maybe creatively do different things so that you can switch gears.
Just try to like avoid getting into a situation where you feel like you have no options.
Yeah.
That
And I mean,
also,
that
yeah.
is a luxury that we have, right?
Yeah.
Where we have several different avenues, right? And the ability to kind of change gears. And like as a contractor, I can be on relatively short notice to do things like, I think I'm taking some time off, right? And do that, and with the knowledge that I won't get paid. But with a lot of other jobs, you don't have that freedom.
Yeah.
You don't
right?
get to come back with a lot of other jobs.
Yes,
when that-
exactly.
when you
I
do
mean,
that kind of
I
thing,
I
right?
did that with one job I had.
You just walked out.
Yeah, that was my job where I was working for the phone company on the customer service line.
And you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah, I got there one morning and just stared at the login screen for my computer for a little while and went up to my manager and said, I'd like to quit.
Wow.
I've had jobs where I've like, I know I don't want to work there anymore, but can't not. And I've gotten to the outside of the building and been like, no, I'm not going in today. And I leave. And then I phone in or I quit or
Yeah.
something. And
Yeah.
those are the worst.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't always get that option.
no. Everybody has the option here to take time off, obviously, because we try to do right. And the thing is, when a company runs on creative juice, if you're burned out, you don't have any creative juice.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be happy, and you're not gonna be doing work that you're proud of, even if it's
Yeah.
still good.
When you
Yeah.
force
Right.
yourself to do creative work when you're burnt out, you actually produce less and it's not as good as if you just go and take some time.
Well, I think that's largely true for any kind of work, right? Only a lot of people aren't permitted the option of recharging,
Yeah.
right? Like in any kind of work, I think, like if you're a programmer, right, or if you're a cook, or if you're working in a mill,
Yeah.
right? If you are exhausted and drained, the quality of your work is going to suffer, but a lot of people don't have the option of taking the time off, right? It just means that their work either suffers or becomes dangerous.
Yeah. Like I worked 2 jobs when I was younger, 7 days a week.
Ugh.
And we're talking your regular 8 to 9 hours. But the weekend job started early and the weekday job ended late. So Friday transition to Saturday morning was really rough.
Right.
And I lasted about 2 months doing that before I had to stop, which just meant quitting the weekend job. But that didn't help me because my rent was very high.
Right.
So I actually just ended up working 6 days at the other job,
Ugh.
which still did not help burnout.
No.
No.
And it's not a thing you want to do, but sometimes you have to, which really sucks.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's awful. So we have no strategies. I guess.
Strategy.
Survive.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways, I mean, Loading Ready Run and sort of Bound and Trousers Media, in some ways we've sort of set up our organization in order to avoid that, in the sense of jumping around to doing all sorts of different stuff as much as possible. And it's one of those things that is a possibly in the short term to our detriment, in the sense that we aren't doing the like super precision only playing PUBG forever.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
But on the long term, and on internet terms, we're certainly on the long term time scale. I think it's definitely served us well. It means that we can keep going and we can keep doing stuff, and we're still excited about what we do because it's always different and fun, different and interesting, and and the audience that we've attracted, I hope, is are people who are not just here for whatever PUBG playing. We've attracted a group of like-minded people who are who like a lot of the same things that we like. So when we jump into trying something different, there's a good chance that you will like it as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, and we definitely could make a lot more money if we stopped doing all of this and just all became elite PUBG streamers.
Is it even PUBG anymore? Is it Fortnite?
It's Fortnite now.
Fortnite?
But here's the deal. If you had to play the same video game every day for 8 hours, I know I would get burned out on it, even if I loved it. I would hate it.
I switch games streaming at home quite often, even though I'm like, oh, this one has a particularly long storyline. I have to take breaks from it because I'm doing the stream every day thing.
Yeah.
And you just sometimes need a break in between play sessions that's longer than 12 hours.
Well, nice that Alnus49 says, well, now Magic streaming, that's eternal. The nice about Magic is the format changes every couple months.
Yeah.
So it actually makes the game because if Magic was the same game that I had learned, I would not be interested in it because there's a constant change that it's always a puzzle to solve.
Well, Prof had that post a while back about how he since going full-time Magic content production, he goes to his office in the morning and he produces Magic content, and for that he needs to work with Magic cards and think about Magic cards, then write a script about it, then produce a video and edit the video and post the video. And then he comes home and he opens Magic Arena and plays it for his relaxation. And there's enough diversity in that he still finds the game relaxing and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Right? Which is kind of astonishing.
Yeah, that can be really hard if you're I still enjoy playing video games in my free time, even though I play video games every day, not in my free time. And I'm like, I want to keep that. I want to be able to continue to enjoy video games in my free time.
Well, yeah, on Tuesday when I did my home stream, then one more, then Talking Sim, and then went out to Pub Trivia for a couple of hours. And I came home and I was I had streamed for 6-10 hours that day. Came home, sat down, and was like, all right, video games. Right? Finally. Some me time.
But I've had scenarios where I spend 8 hours programming, making video games, go home, should work on personal projects, not going to work on personal projects.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some of those too.
Yeah. It's diverse and fun, but it's so taxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think our answer is self-care.
Yeah.
Take breaks
Even
if you can.
If you're in a financial thing where you can't, you have to work every day, you have to do all that, at least try to carve out a half hour to yourself that is something completely different. That can help.
Yeah, the times in transit, I find when you can insulate yourself.
Yeah.
Were particularly precious to me when I was working miserable jobs, like the hour on the bus at the beginning or end of day or after. When I was working in Calgary, I would have that time at the beginning of the day, and then I would go and find a cafe because downtown Calgary was very unique in that nobody lives there, and that after 5 o'clock it is empty. There's
and it is just a
there.
bunch of interconnected businesses.
Yeah, because all just office spaces, and so there would be cafes that would be open until 6. But then they would close down.
Right.
But I would because I had to do stuff that for people that would start, we were working on Houston time, so that means I needed to be in the office at 6 in the morning to write stuff to be on the desk of people in Houston at 7 in the morning.
So you're off work at 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I just got to sit in a cafe that was basically empty, except for the people coming in, getting 45 coffees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and then leaving.
I had a job that I had to take the bus to, and it was a 45-minute bus ride. But in order to get there on time, I had to take a bus that would get me there an hour before my shift actually started. And when I had to open the store, I actually just really liked that because I would get there, the coffee shop would be open by then because it'd be early. I'd get a drink, I'd do all my setup, and then I'd spend an hour, nobody around. It was quiet, and it was quite nice.
So I realized that I just completely stepped on your attempt to wrap that question up. And I'm really sorry.
No. Self-care. Make time for yourself. And if it's possible, change up what you're doing. People were like joking, like, so cancel feed dump at the beginning? Yeah, because we're all kind of like, it wasn't, I don't think feed dump was bad at the end, but everybody was kind of like, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Nobody actively hated doing it, but nobody was excited to do it, so.
I'd rather cut it before it becomes a burden and a thing that people actually hate doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want it to end that way.
You know,
Yeah,
like
it's like,
taking.
well, we had trouble getting people for feed dump this week, so you and you are conscripted in,
Yeah.
right?
So, yeah. Anyhow, thanks to Beige for always being up for doing feed dump even when we wasn't feeling it, and being great on that show.
Thanks to
Beige is very
Beige.
funny.
Yeah.
Don't tell him
Wherever
I said
he
that.
is.
Underwearless.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, Arc Light Dynamo says, I liked feed dump, but I like the panelists better, so change can be good. That's right. If And the thing is, because people are excited to do the panelists because it's a new show.
Yeah.
And that means that they bring better energy and they're funnier.
All right. One more question.
Huh.
That's going to be a real controversial one.
All right.
All right.
All right, ready for it?
Do you have a favorite dessert?
Millefeuille.
Eye cream.
Milkshakes.
Milfay?
Yeah, it's a French dessert of like, usually there's a layer of like phyllo pastry or layer pastry, laminated like flaky pastry, then a layer of custard, then another layer of pastry, then another layer of like, I'm going to say whipped cream, and then another layer of pastry, and then icing and jam.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds
and
good.
you stick your, you try to like cut it, and it just like
Yeah.
out the side, and you just have to kind of like deal with the fact that you're eating pastry soaked in like custard and whipped cream.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a horrible fate.
Yeah, no, and it's like you look at this tiny little square of it, and it's like 1 grillion calories, and you're like, I don't care, fight me. But the other thing I really love is fruit flan.
I was thinking trifle for mine.
What, fried dough?
Trifle.
Yes.
Oh,
Arc Light
trifle.
Dynamo,
That's
right
the thing.
there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've
That
never
does
had
look real
that.
good. I've
looks
never.
good.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with Cam's answer because it looks delicious.
We should go and get them then.
Okay.
Look, the icing part looks like there's a lot of icing and they're very sweet.
Yes. I
don't like icing.
well then,
scrape
I
it
will
off.
have yours.
Okay. Okay, I really have to think about this because I love sugar, but I stopped eating sugar almost a year ago now because I hate myself and I like depriving myself of things that bring me pleasure. But desserts I like creme brulee.
Oh.
I like fancy flavored creme brulee, but not creme brulee like with just big chunks of chocolate in it because I find that distracts from the.
See, with
from
your
the
lead up
custard.
about sugar, I thought you were gonna go for like just like a 90% cocoa, tastes like dirt bar.
Excuse me, I don't eat anything below 92, thank you. Because sometimes you want chocolate and you're willing to deal with that because it reminds you hints of chocolate, whiffs, memories of happiness.
And also dirt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it tastes like dirt. It's kind of like once you start eating that super high percentage chocolate, it's like coffee. It's a very similar
Yes, it's like
Yeah.
eating coffee beans.
No, like you taste all the different flavors and like where it's grown actually does make a difference and like it gives it a different flavor
Have
profile.
you not eaten espresso beans?
No.
You can really taste the dirt. That's what I'm saying. Where it's grown matters.
But
I
let's
used to
see.
snack on them in college.
What do I like? 'Cause I don't like chocolate cake at all.
Chocolate covered espresso beans are the best.
Yes, they are.
Oh, flourless like lava cake though, where like the cake you cut into the cake and it's got like the warm chocolate goo and not fully cooked egg on the inside. That's great.
I like Black Forest cake, but that's like, I really enjoy cherries and I like the whipped cream, and it's also a nostalgia thing for me because I had it for my birthday for like every year between the age of 5 and 12,
Interesting.
and those were always like really good days.
There's this great kind of cake that for some reason I really got into. That's just chocolate wafers and whipping cream,
Oh,
like
yeah.
sandwiched together. Called
Like a zebra cake.
zebra cake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dope shit.
It's because the whipping cream kind of goes into the chocolate wafers and turns them into basically cake. But it's great.
You could do that with Nilla wafers too for a vanilla version if you're not a chocolate person.
Or you can just dip Nilla wafers in orange juice.
I
Oh,
still
but that's a creamsicle.
Yeah.
I still want to do a Tim Tam Slam with a full-size chocolate bar.
Ooh.
A friend and I had designs on doing that, but we decided it was unfeasible.
It's like trying to drink through a
Because we
Twizzler
were
or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, did you ever do the thing when you were a kid where you would jam a Twizzlers in like a can of Coke?
Yep.
And then when you pull it out, it was white
Yep.
and like weirdly rubbery, more rubbery than normal.
More than normal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like cake very much. So I actually really
fair.
dislike Black Forest cake. It's like my least favorite kind of cake. Yeah, you can have all of the Black
Beach
Forest
really
cake.
likes it too, so we actually get it for both of our birthdays, which is great because his birthday is like in July and mine's in October, so it's like parsed far enough away.
perfect.
It's really good.
Yeah, I guess I'm really trying to think here. Apple pie. Or no. Apple raspberry crumble, where the crumble part has cinnamon and ginger mixed in. That's
pretty solid.
I'm gonna say that's my favorite, but I don't eat a lot of desserts because I like joy because I dislike joy, but I like wearing tight pants.
You prefer the joy of wearing tight pants to the joy of dessert.
Correct, I do actually. Yeah.
My mom made really excellent apple pie as well because her pastry was great and she used only about a quarter of the sugar that her recipe called for.
Well,
But
because
how
you
much
don't,
butter?
and you gotta have a salty pastry. It's gotta
Yeah.
be a little salty to offset the
it was,
sweet.
It was tart and nice.
I'm pretty sure if you eat enough dessert, all pants become tight pants.
Sure.
EGGR Gunner.
Twitch chat is a salty pastry, I think.
Yeah.
All right. How about we watch some highlights?
Yeah.
I'm so
okay.
afraid.
It's gonna be great.
Highlight reel brought to you by the amazing Corey doing the editing, and all of us, including everybody over at RoadQuest, for being dumb. Here we go.
Oh, the balls worked. The balls are working.
Do you hear that? Beej's balls worked.
Oh yeah, they did.
3, 2, 1. Rubberneck.
No, they're supposed to be like jellies that you can make all like watercolor and pretty. And my first one,
Why didn't you?
well, this is supposed to be.
Savage.
So if he's doing a loon dance, like, I'm a loon. Webbed feet and everything.
Nope.
James.
Really weird. Wolfgang Cloud. Wolfgang Cloud, 52 months. I'll stop with the body looking right away. Get out of here.
What's this, a wolf?
Doing its
Is there
thing in the
anything
water.
heavy and not nailed down in the boat?
I mean, there's all of you.
Speak and wave your arms around.
I am squirting air through a hole in my head that hopefully you are interpreting as some kind of speech that is really fundamentally strange when you think about it, isn't it?
Okay, never mind then.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
What happens? Is everything different? That's a lot of dice.
Holy shit.
I roll dice for theatrical effect.
And
Nothing happens.
Ooh, suppresses their abilities and makes them more vulnerable to void damage.
You like a good story?
You want a bone? See, 'cause I'm a skeleton.
Forums people don't go to is not the dark web.
Dang kids on their phones. Well, at least we're not swallowing live goldfish and unwrapping mummies anymore.
Yeah.
Those cars. I was kidding when I said those cars are fucking.
They're on a giant bed. That's great. Probably can't drive that ambulance, but oh my god. What? Why are you going backwards? Oh, because you were facing the. Okay.
Boink, boink, boink.
So Wormwood Gaming, the bones of trees and the skins of beasts. Offer not valid in the Forgotten Realms.
Fuck! It's so slippery!
So Mac L. Oliver is the...
I'm an assassin!
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
There's breaching whales, where we just get to watch whales and lose.
You just get to.
Yeah, you heard it too. You heard it too.
That classic whale noise.
If Adam actually plays it, he owes every single person who turns into chat.
Oh my god.
$20.
That's a Ben guarantee.
Yes, binding agreements.
Firm belief.
Yep. Get that firm belief. You know, I have to talk to them first. And then...
Oh, and then the bananas appear.
Yeah,
This is hell. I am in hell.
let's run it back. Oh god. It's the... Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, Graham, no!
It's glistening.
Ew, oh god, yeah, it's like lacquered.
Where were you storing that?
It's like, you know what we
Oh
want?
my god, it's someone's eye.
No, please no.
Watch when you run. Look at this part of the text. It's dark. You need to look.
Oh no!
It's an eye.
Oh no!
What is happening? So how's your week been so far?
Interesting. There's a lot of peculiar things going on right now.
Wait, are you just standing on the water?
I think so. I touched the duck and then it said surprise mother quack. Oh, that's amore.
Kitchen
Piece of cake to make it. That was not at all what I expected was gonna happen.
Wow, you nailed it. Good job. Crates and barrels.
2003.
Crate and barrel, they're best friends.
Crate and barrel until the end.
I'm having a tough time suspending my disbelief for this game because everyone's really excited to see James.
Ow!
Low poly FPS shooter / survival meme game. If you refer to your game as a meme game, I'm going to assume it is utter shit.
Boom! I did a fancy thing, and I got 12 inches. I don't know what that means.
Spend tickets to win tickets.
Gotta spend money to make money. Boy, this sure is a day.
What are you doing to our tickets?
Oh no, it's the ticket police!
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
Here's a Nintendo 64.
Or is it?
Or is it more the Menage that you're worried about?
Menage.
It has Menage?
It has Menage. This card, okay, this card is banned in standard for a damn reason.
Psycho Crusher! Psycho Crusher!
Uh-oh.
Doink! I'm okay.
We do this challenge, we can get the loin
Cloth.
thought.
Thong? Necronomithong. A thong, 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 thong.
Hey, a unisex miniskirt.
It's a tube that goes on everyone.
Yes. It goes perfectly with either cowboy boots or heels.
If you'd like to buy some of my special supplies, they'll make you ultra fit.
That one's radioactive! I'm in.
At least it's not actually Thriller this time. That run. You can drive trucks.
Yes! I'm gonna drive a truck.
Whoa.
Listen, homie.
Is that a zombie? That's another zombie.
Later.
Alright, you go about your business.
Hey!
Truck!
Wait. I mean, I don't know what I thought was gonna happen.
Well, in GTA they stop for you, but in GTA you're a human.
Oh, this is a full-on. This is like the romper style jumpsuit.
I could literally go into a jet plane. I am outfitted.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready for cockpits. You're holding Peloton, who has just shot a firebolt at an innocent raccoon.
Hey!
Peloton, you take no falling damage, but your dignity is injured.
It's really nice to just sit down.
Oh, I love sitting.
Yeah.
And then you know what's even better than sitting?
Lying down. God, I don't remember my 20s at all.
It's a very special kind of toilet you have to have for that.
I'm gonna play us a victory song.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
19.
We sing along with you because we know that song.
It's a very popular song.
Or at least Peloton does.
Isn't nature just one big urinal?
Yeah, I keep trying to make this point to everybody that nature's the place where you poop, and nobody wants to believe me.
The officer would not believe you.
Tune in next week for more exciting Knot Tales.
Who are you saying that to?
I wouldn't call it a city. It's the biggest town.
Oh.
Let's go left.
Loud water sucks.
All right.
You right there, buddy?
I'm just having a moment.
Go left.
All right. I'm gonna save my game.
That seems like
Save my game, save my game. Don't make me replay this endless fucking thing again.
Fucking Bill Watterson shows up, does the best comic ever written, and then fucks off into retirement, having won comics forever.
The hills have eyes.
Hello, Mr. Raccoon. I'm Peloton. What's your name?
Can everybody roll me initiative, please?
That often show up on YouTube and stuff of like somebody doing something interesting with their job. And they always start, or there's always a big part of them that is the person arriving. Oh my god! What? What? What the fuck?
Must go faster.
I can't!
Must go faster.
I'm literally running as fast as I can! We're playing Camel Cup.
Neat. So
Is it Camel Up? I thought it's Camel Cup.
Camel up.
Hold on. I thought it was Camel Cup. Heather, it's Camel Cup, right? Or is Camel Up? Man, now I'm an idiot.
And you know who likes exotic woods? Your mom.
That's true. So give your dad some wood for Father's Day with Wormwood Gaming. Please be white.
He's so funny.
White for one. Camel Cup.
Camel up.
Camel Cup.
Amyl nitrate.
Laurel. It's brought to you by Wormwood Gaming, quality gaming supplies, delicious and nutritious, wood-based.
Do not eat wormwood
Well,
products.
Subscribe Runner Facts. When you run fast enough, rainbows come out of your back.
Can you just go left? It's fine.
All right.
Other Runner Facts. Sometimes you need to jump over 2 obstacles.
So, you resorted to eating index cards.
Hello, chat. It's so nice to see you here. At last. It's just you and me.
Fact of the runner. Things hurt when you walk into them. It's also gonna do that.
No.
Please get away.
Get your pet spaceship away.
No. Oh, that's way more fun with 2 people. Meat-free fish. And not full of artificial fish, but only the real fish.
Artificial. Sorry. It's hard to pay attention when I'm funny.
Rainbow butt. You did it!
Free! I'm free! I broke the curse. Forever!
This syllable has
Europa? Just. What are you doing, you thirsty fella? Looks like you've had a little bit of a rough night. Adam, you wanna go for cocktails after this? Sure. Sick.
want to go for coffee.
Why, you want to go? Are you actually being serious? Kind of, actually. Really? Kind of.
Where are we going?
Where's the house taking
Serge, he said Adam?
Holy fuck.
Oh my god!
I prepared a lot of this campaign at 2 a.m. and this seemed funny at the time. Now it's very dumb in retrospect.
No, I'm so excited for this now.
I like that there's a doormat. Okay.
But like, I mean, better that than another like Sony press conference where they're like, "You'll ejaculate, it's so amazing," right? And it's like that for 58 hours.
How do we keep me from not being like, I'm here to save you?
Just like quietly have to strangle her. Just being like, shh.
Hand over nose and mouth.
Yeah. Just like, you have to be quiet. You have to be quiet now. You have to be quiet.
It's as Fortnite or Fortnite or whatever you want to call it becomes more popular, people are taking to Twitter to complain that they cannot engage with sex with their partners because their partners are busy playing Fortnite.
Oh.
Such as my favorite tweet that went out. Damn it, I just want to get my assy, but my man's playing Fortnite again. So I want to see the annual Fork Knife Assy competition where you have to propel.
There's a pretty solid prize pool, so you know.
Yeah, I want to see somebody propel their partner to orgasm while involved in analingus and being the last one standing in Fork Knife.
I feel like that would be difficult to stream on Twitch.
Good evening and welcome to Talking Simulator. I'm Cameron, and joining
I'm Corey.
Hello, Corey.
And I'm
Wow!
Hi.
Very special guest,
My
Molly
first
Lewis.
stream of the week. I'm very excited. Oh, I
True, we've got our hair flute this way, and then like.
A real kind of Cyndi
angle.
Lauper vibe we're throwing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Okay,
Girls
so.
just want to have fun.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, got there in one.
That's our. Yeah.
That's our stream for today.
Thank
so
you
thank you very
for
much.
joining us. Oh, whoa! So good. I've never been this tiny. I feel really good about it. Oh, the wizard. Who's gonna do the wizard voice? Come in! Motion carries.
I am Rasmodius, seeker of arcane truths, mediary between physical and ethereal, master of the seven elementals. I should go back and play this game again.
You are.
I am. You're right. Wow. Savage.
The ocean leaks from the core, coming up to the surface, confusing you and making you think that it doesn't go down there, but it does. No. I don't know why this turned into Hoarder's House of Lies. Usually that's Ian's job.
If you hit escape, it closes everything out, and I know it's true. What they say.
Connect you. We're halfway there.
In a big dumpster bear. We're a bear.
Actually, yeah, we're not even halfway there. We're full.
Whoa! We're entirely a bear.
Oh!
You were so proud.
How quickly? There's a certain amount of justice that gets meted out very quickly with the hubris.
Is this an anti-capitalist bear?
I mean, I feel like all bears are sort of anti-capitalist in the sense that they don't participate in.
This is true. Oh! Oh, bless.
Stop it! What? Did I hit you?
Whoa!
Whoa! Wait, why shouldn't the crocodiles be working with me?
I wasn't ready.
I'm your friend!
So is that the run button?
This is just an area for
Oh yeah. Oh man, look at us run! Right? Regular speed bear, running bear! Woo!
Oh, 6 stunts.
You pass me that sword that's up there. Oh.
Here, have mine.
Haha!
Oh, darn it. That.
Thank you for passing me the sword up there that I asked for. In the wild, bears just jump on cows and they don't.
This is some good stuff.
Oh, crap.
I don't know what it's going to do.
This is what power?
I need to take your.
No. That power? You want the?
No.
You have that power.
No.
It's super useful, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Wow. Repeated falling. Oh. Okay, I did that to myself. That was the worst.
You didn't tell me there'd be farts.
I didn't know there would be farts. It wasn't
Wait,
advertised.
I can make it. I didn't even need to fart that one.
Oh, sorry. I apologize to the folks at home.
For what? There is nothing to apologize for.
Yeah, it's all natural. It's a bear.
See, I just came here to expand my vocabulary of video games, and I feel like I'm good. Lord, is there a Pulitzer for games? You get a hat.
Brick breaker. Right trigger.
Red trigger for explosions.
Wasps and wasps. Okay, can you? Okay.
You can
I'm just distracted by cheesy robo.
Cell door.
Cell poster. Cell poster. Cell can. Cell green. Cell
chainsaw.
Cell chainsaw.
Wait, don't you
Cell
need the
garbage bed.
Cell garbage.
Other things.
Cell.
Wait,
Cell.
don't you need some
Okay,
of those
she's
things?
Cell. Okay, no.
Cell.
Corey.
Let's see if I can get my coffee now.
Hello and welcome to a Winston Draft. This is my song, it's a Winston Draft. Jazz hands, hurrah!
All right. Bold.
Yeah.
Yes. It's me. It's a me.
Hey, did you like Kathleen and Cameron? Well, buckle up, folks. You're in for a big sporty ride. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm so tired. Bye, everybody. Right, that's my job. Damn it! Going offline. Hey, everybody, we're offline. Well, that was just a whirlwind of 3 weeks of delights. You know what I liked? How much we were in it.
It's very unusual.
There were some things in there I'd forgotten about. Like everything from that last Rhythm Cafe.
Yeah. I do have to say, I'd love to, yeah. Thanks for putting in big sporty ride.
I don't even remember what the context was for that.
It was just me introducing the next week's streams and being like, hey, do you like us? Well, and then I couldn't think of anything, and my brain was saying, buckle up for a big sporty ride.
Was that just yesterday?
That was last night. I was very tired. And then that went straight. It just bypassed all the frontal lobe, and then came out my mouth, and then the part of the cognitive front part of my brain was like, amygdala, what did you just have her say?
Yeah.
And the amygdala's like, woohoo, whiskey.
Wait, what just happened?
Yeah. Looking at the earlier clips, I was like, who are all these people? I haven't seen these people in like a week. What are they doing in those clips?
When you're so tired that you're just pressing A on all the conversation options.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and we'll re-download the clip about the doormat because that got cut off because there's like a 30-second limit on clips. Before we got to the punchline, which was the doormat said, "If I'm a summonin', don't come a drummin'."
Yes, which you can see in its entirety if you watch that episode.
Yeah.
I also even write it on the overlay because it was such a good line. It needed to be read.
I'm a summonin', don't come a
It took me a little
drummin'.
bit to get the writing
Yeah.
correct for it to make it rhyme.
What a stupid thing.
Yeah.
That whole campaign was quite dumb,
It was good though.
but in a delightful way.
Yeah. Well then,
What are we doing now?
It's questions from chat time.
Hey, you, the viewer, the one who's typing now. Type a question.
In 30 seconds from now.
Yeah.
Or
Our time.
3 seconds from now. Like, the delay's not...
We're not putting that doormat on the lure store.
What are we reading?
Who is picking the questions?
I am. The Rising the Tides says, Dear Doctor's Lure, what is everyone reading these days?
I have a lot of free time because Graham's out of town, so I was thinking about rereading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy again.
Oh.
Like all of it or just the good ones?
Just the good ones.
Okay, cool.
Let's be honest here.
I've committed to rereading all of Ursula K. Le Guin's books. There's
They're
a lot
amazing,
of them.
aren't they?
Yeah. I'm on The Left Hand of Darkness right now, which I've been on for a while because I don't get to read very often. Or at least I don't make the space to read very often.
Yeah, I have the same issue.
But it's, they're all great. I highly recommend them.
I'm in the middle of moving pictures.
Oh, that's
right now.
that's
I'm
a good one.
Getting near the end of it. It's quite interesting.
I'm reading the Chronicles of Magic, which is like the Kryn. I'm reading the Dragonlance stuff.
Okay.
Paul, you reading anything?
No. Well,
I mean, that's fine. It's fair.
I have been. I'm sort of been reading. I think it's called Mission Control. About the atomic testing stuff and basically how it almost has gone wrong on many occasions.
Oh wait, Command and Control?
Command and Control. That's it. Sorry, yes.
James read that last year. Apparently, it starts off with a description of a mechanic dropping a wrench in a missile silo, and it bounces off the side of the silo and just pierces a hole in the tank of a rocket that's being fueled.
And just stuff like a guy like doing sort of penetration testing for the nuclear stuff, just like walked into a nuclear into one of the silos and like basically got to the point where he could have set off something just without any kind of information.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Corey, look at chat.
Oh wow. Cool.
I'm looking at chat.
Which part of chat?
Arclight Dynamo. They're re-releasing the original Hitchhiker's Radio series on vinyl.
Yes, I saw that on Twitter.
I didn't know that was happening.
It showed up in my timeline.
No, I don't go on Twitter very much. Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide's great. If you haven't read it, I feel like that's like recommending book.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you tried book?
Book is good.
Not very nutritious.
Yeah.
Taste bad.
It's important to note with the Hitchhiker's Guide, if you've heard the radio version of it, the radio version, the movie version, and the book version
are all different.
Are all very different, deliberately so.
And
also the BBC series is
which
also
I love.
different.
But yeah.
All of like the book and the movie, or the book and this TV series and the radio show were all written by Douglas Adams, just differently. Just to be silly.
Here's a good question. Dear Doctor's Lure, any tabletop RPGs you want to run on Dice Friends that aren't D&D, says True Trans Soul Alessia. Cam?
Eclipse Phase. And I also would really like to run Shadowrun, even though Shadowrun is a hot mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, you have all these ideas for like an awesome Shadowrun campaign you'd like to run, and it turns into like 3 hours of you running an independent session while your decker hacks a thing, while the Street Samurai and the Physical Adept are like, can we even say that we go for pizza during this? And you're like, no, this takes 15 seconds in real time.
Yep.
I don't have enough experience to do DMing, but I do have all of the RPG books for the Sailor Moon tabletop game.
There's a Sailor Moon tabletop game? Ooh.
Neat.
So,
I have all the supplemental books too, and the PDFs of everything, because I'm that big.
Oh, Pseudonym Ken says Changeling, which is my pet thing that I'd love to do a campaign of.
Dibs Puka.
it's part of the World of Darkness stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, Heather, what was the name of the publisher or the system?
The system, I believe, is called it's Big Eyes Small Mouth or Big Mouth Small Eyes.
Oh, okay, yeah, the
yeah.
anime system, yeah.
Yeah.
which is just
Big eyes, small mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's based
an
on the
awesome-
English version of Sailor Moon, so it's like
awesome name for like I'm assuming an anime-oriented RPG system.
But yeah, like other World of Darkness stuff would be sweet.
Yeah.
Although, like, it never worked well when they meshed because you'd be like, I'm playing a Malkavian, and then, like, the werewolf would be like, I pick you up and throw you across town.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just, "Wah."
Yeah, you got to keep their worlds well connected and shouldn't.
Yeah.
I have heard good things about Tales from the Loop.
Yes.
I want to play that.
Yeah, I want to play that. Want to play Microscope maybe a little bit. Maybe even just Microscope to build backstory for a D&D character or something like that.
There's an RPG system that I have a bunch of the books for, and I've never really run a successful game of it, but it always seemed like it could be really neat, called Toon, Toon. It's designed as a cartoon role-playing. It's by Steve Jackson Games, the guys who did GURPS, but it's way simple. Simplified, and basically the premise is that everyone are cartoon characters in the like old school Looney Tunes style, and so you have stats like you have like strength and dexterity and like speed, and then you also have a stat called chutzpah, which is like you being convincing and a smooth talker.
So charisma.
Yeah, but in a more kind of
Cartoony
tricky way.
Like a Bugs Bunny kind of.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny getting somebody to run into, like, a painting of a tunnel.
Well, there's a power that you can get called Cosmic Shift, which is that's the thing where it's like running the painting of the tunnel, or like cutting off the branch of a tree and then the tree falls down.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Convincing the universe to work in the way that you want it to.
yeah, in a
Okay,
Roger
that's
Rabbit
interesting.
kind of way.
And then so it's a neat idea for a system, and it's very sort of casual system that might work. Could be fun. Nobody ever, when you die, it's called falling down, and when you fall down, you're out of the game for 3 minutes of real time. In which your character has like little birdies floating around their head.
Right.
And then you come back.
Nice.
See, I have run both Dark Heresy and Call of Cthulhu.
Right.
And Dark Heresy is... 40K is way more interesting to not roleplay in.
Oh.
It's more interesting to read about.
Yeah, it's... Because, like... If there is a good Dark Heresy game out there, I would need to read what the DM did with it, because I was not able to find a game that I enjoyed running in Dark Heresy. And the problem with Call of Cthulhu is that all your players know they're playing Call of Cthulhu because their character sheet says Call of Cthulhu on it, and it has a sand stat, and that warps the way that players behave.
Yep.
Because being a skeptic in a Call of Cthulhu campaign is stupid. Like, objectively, it's the wrong thing to do if you want to survive.
Right. You have to buy in and accept everything you get exposed to.
Yeah, and it makes no sense to do that.
Yeah.
Right, where you're like, oh, clearly it's a Shoggoth.
It's just like, oh, it's foggy, and I hear screams in the distance.
It's never
I'm just
nothing,
gonna shut my doors and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one we did, the Dusk City Outlaws, that we played one game of, I really dug like the idea of this sort of planning the heist and different side. It seemed like it might be one that would be really fun to go back and try again. In particular, it seemed like something that worked quite well in the sort of stream setting because it was sort of designed to be these little sort of short sessions that could be quite interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I saw a question that was like, isn't Tales from the Loop Swedish? It's set in Sweden, and there's an alternate setting in North America, but there's an English version of the rules.
Yeah, and it's like Monster of the Week, Stranger Things, kids kind of themed. And I think that could be fun.
Futuristic technology world, but they also can't die.
Yeah. I think that would be really fun. I mean, I just like doing stories with I like role playing as children. Like, I think it's fun, and I think it gives people more chances to because when you're an adult, you have common sense, and I feel that common sense does not really tie into a lot of the choices you're given in RPG campaigns. Because the common sense thing to do in D&D is to become a farmer and never go adventure. But children are like, yes, let us do the thing, right? And it's great. I think it's freeing.
Do we have more questions from chat?
Yeah.
They're all talking about RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really tired. No, I'm not actually. I went to bed early. I got a full 8 hours. I'm proud of myself.
I sit up and play video games. Convincing myself I'd get up early in the morning with this fantasy of like, oh, I'll get up and like do dishes or something, come to work, and it'll all be very delightful.
Oh, Lauren72 had a good question saying, what is your favorite skit that you have been a part of?
See, yeah.
Or maybe we could just say you have a favorite LRR video or something we've done recently.
Like that's very deliberately phrased because all my favorite skits are the ones that I wasn't part of. Because I see them and I'm like, this is really funny.
Yeah.
Like
right?
the grab
like,
bag was funny. The Unfuck This House is like an all-time favorite.
Yeah, I liked Unfuck This House.
Yeah, interestingly enough about the grab bag, if you saw the crapshoot and you see the finished product, you notice that what we shot is very different than what the crap shot that went up is, and I feel a bit bad about sort of mangling Alex's script, but the reason I edited the way I did is because we had a shot of grab bag $2 on there, and then Serge going down to grab it, and I didn't use either of those because I thought, one, we already know what the joke is, so we don't need to show it, and two, Serge didn't pause. He didn't hold still for any part of the frame where he was going to grab. So there's no good way to cut in and cut back to him grabbing, because any cut, and I tried it like a million different ways, was him like sort of very awkwardly, clearly in the middle of something. And so to put in the shot of grab bag $2 really warped the timing.
Yeah, no, none of that part is what like associated with the bit I like. I like the little shoe flip. I like the bag. I like the view from up the bag.
I was proud of the timing on the shoe flip.
But that like makes sense. Sometimes when we're in the middle of filming stuff, it looks good from the camera. It even when you check the footage, it's like, yeah, this should be fine. And then we go to edit, it's like, oh, this actually not as fine as we thought. We can't reshoot though. So
I had no Surge, so I just cut that part, and I think it was fine because it's pretty clear what's happening. You don't need to see the grab bag thing. Just grab bag, because Surge's delivery on that is so good. I was like, why don't I just cut this here? Yeah, because it's really funny, right? So yeah. So there's some.
Anyways, I was not in that one, but I like it.
Yeah, it was good. It's clean, very clean.
My favorite sketch that we've ever done that I wasn't a part of was Everything is Fine.
Yeah, Everything is Fine is really strong.
It's just like...
It also feels like it can last. That joke will land forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's like deliberately set up as a, deliberately written in the sense of it basically being being high energy and fast enough that you don't realize that there isn't really a joke.
Yeah. Well, it's very Python-esque, right? Like, if Python did that, they'd have like the police show up at the end, being like, "Well, steady on. There's no joke here. You're all under arrest for not making a joke."
Can we just invent those characters now? Can we just have them pop up and be our escape out of skits we don't know how to end?
Well, I love that the Pythons were able to do that, right? Where they would write this joke that they didn't know how to end. And so it would just cut to the person in the apartment below them banging on the roof with a broom saying, like, "Quiet!" Right? Like, that was their exit strategy. They would just do, like, a non sequitur.
It's like the... because all the Monty Python stuff just showed up on Netflix, like almost everything they've done, I think.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hello then.
Yeah, but so I would recommend checking. I mean, on Canadian Netflix anyway. And it made me really realize that like, Life of Brian versus the Holy Grail. Holy Grail has so many wonderful pieces in it. As a movie, it is not the best. Like, Life of Brian is a way better movie. The Holy Grail has no ending. Like, it literally... it literally does exactly what Cam was saying. Yes. Lancelot just gets arrested at the end. Yeah. And they had no idea how to end it. Yeah, well, but it's got so many little... It's basically a whole bunch of awesome vignettes of ideas they had that are set in medieval time put together.
Well, yeah, because that was Terry Jones's, like, PhD. right? He was was it Terry Jones who was a medieval scholar?
I don't remember. They're
Right.
all really well educated.
Yeah, I just remember
I believe Terry Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one part where there's like a guy with a log trying to fish, right? And just being told like, oh yeah, no, that's actually period accurate.
It's possible they did actually run out of money, apparently.
Yeah.
Which is not it's not totally impossible. But anyway, both of those movies obviously are amazing. And you should watch them if for some weird reason you haven't.
Nah, I'm still not going to.
Andrew asked, what is our favorite piece of objectively bad media? And I don't even know how to...
Yeah, I've come around on so many things. Where
it's like I've stopped having guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Where before I would have been like, oh, well, I like this, but,
But it's mainstream, but it's popular.
Yeah. So, what gets low ratings critically?
Can I get a list of something that's objectively bad and hope that I watch it?
Like, I
actually don't know what's objectively bad
I like
anymore.
Domino's Pizza, right? But that's not media.
I mean, I like that as your guilty pleasure. It's like, you know what? I like Domino's Pizza.
Yeah, like I like garbage junk food.
But
right?
it can be meatia.
Well, it's not meatia because he's a vegetarian.
Yes, but the joke doesn't work.
Yeah.
The other way. I can't make a vegetable happen.
Yeah.
You can't make a vegetable happen. Stop trying to make vegetables happen.
I mean, I've said that the TV shows like Castle and House.
Yeah.
I watched most of both of those series strictly because I love Hugh Laurie and I love Nathan Fillion.
Right.
And so I didn't really like they were just sort of like they were fine shows.
That's it. They're fine.
They're fine shows to like eat dinner while watching or something.
Oh, Andrew points out more so similar to my love of Southland Tales. I love it, but I'm aware of that it's in no way good. Southland Tales is an excellent wretched movie.
Yeah, like okay,
I have
like
no idea.
like yeah, it's a catastrophic failure as a film.
Yeah.
That is an interesting attempt to do something.
It's very. It desperately needs to be recut.
Yeah.
Like God, if you could recut the back third of the movie, it would be a lot better. But wow, it's really, really bad, but also really, really interesting. I mean, if you're gonna watch Southland Tales, which I recommend you do, I recommend that you also prepare a lot of alcohol, so you can sort of like be just drunk enough to like ride over the like, why is any of this happening? Because a part of your brain will scream that this is not how movies are put together, because you have years of expectations built up on how a story is constructed and what filmmaking is.
Andrew says the film was recut because the Cannes version was 3.5 hours.
Okay, well, it needs to be cut again.
I mean, like
just keep cutting.
Keep cutting.
Maybe like actually my favorite piece of bad media.
Joe. There we go.
Critically like acknowledged to be bad is Alien 3.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's fun. It's just dumb.
It's because everyone hates that movie, right? And I mean, there's maybe a bit of critical I've heard people are kind of coming around on it, but like the director hates it. All the people who acted in it are like, this movie's trash. The fandom hates it, and I'm like, I think this actually works for this character, and the tone works for it, and I like the music, and I like the way it looks.
Yeah, I thought Resurrection, the fourth one.
Yeah.
Is that the one people hate?
Well, that was the one where Joss Whedon was like, I have an idea for a TV show. And they're like, how about instead of that, we hire you to write an Alien movie? And he's like, well, what if I put all my characters from the TV show I want to make into this Alien movie? And they all escape.
Yeah.
Haha! My precious OCs.
Yes.
I do like, a lot of people are saying Keijo, because
I mean,
it's objectively problematic.
Yeah,
and that's
but
how
it's
I
not
know.
good.
It's not
like
bad,
fun.
but I love it.
It's fun to watch.
Mostly.
Like, I haven't seen the whole
that are
thing.
not fun to watch for me.
Gundam Reconquista in G has a lot of really bad, awful problems, but is like also fun.
Old anime that is cut in the style of 4Kids from the 90s is objectively bad in many ways, and yet very entertaining sometimes.
Gundam Wing Dub.
You should watch Glitter Force.
Oh man, somebody says Event Horizon. That movie's rad. But
Oh
it's
yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing
Event
wrong with
Horizon
that
is.
movie.
well, it's very dumb.
I
But
mean,
it's
like
very
Event Horizon has one of
great.
my favorite. I wish I could get a GIF of this, but spoilers for this 20-year-old horror movie.
horror in
Horror
heavy
movie.
quotations.
Yeah,
I
it
saw that
has.
movie when I was a child, and it caused damage.
Oh.
It has one of my favorite reactions ever, where there's a bomb placed on the ship,
Yep.
and the trauma medic is like tearing the ship apart trying to look for it. And this is a guy who's like being billed as like the tough guy, the the one who's always like together and
Yep.
he's unflappable. And he finally like figures out where it is, opens the locker, and like opens the thing that it's inside, and he opens it, and there's a timer on the front because it's a bomb, so it has to have a timer on the front, and it says 3, 2, and then it cuts back to his face as he just goes, "Fuck." Right, like just the quietest, like his expression is just like, I have utterly failed in this task that I was given to do, and now everyone is going to die because of me. And like, I wish I could get that as a gift set because I need to use that, right, on Twitter. That would be really handy to have when you're reacting to something trivial.
Yeah, there's some like body horror or implied body horror in that movie that was just like engraved in my brain forever.
I watched The Toxic Avenger when I was an unsupervised child. That's a trauma movie, and it was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 12. So
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
part
this
where
is rad!
Where they back over the child.
I didn't know there was a live action movie for a long time.
Yeah,
I found
yeah.
out like last year.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. I mean, don't watch it. But it's objectively poorly made, but I thought it was great.
A minute. Oh, Balto? The dog movie?
Oh, that's.
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a
I haven't
cartoon.
seen that one.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. I don't remember most of it.
All Dogs Go to Heaven? Also kind of bad.
Was it?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
saw
All
it like a
Dogs Go to
long
Heaven
time
is-
ago, so I don't remember any of it. Like,
A lot of people.
you
That's
could
quite
tell
a
me it
beloved
was good.
That's a
and
beloved, but it's bad.
You could tell me it was good, and I believe you because I'm like, yeah, sure, I saw that when I was a kid.
My sister loved that movie as a kid, and I was like, oh, this movie is so...
Well, is it like does it do the same thing that like Pixar movies have been guilty of doing, which is like, Up, which starts with it just drilling you repeatedly in the stomach, going, feel things.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't think
visual
it
non
starts like that.
sequiturs.
Oh, okay.
I think it starts with like the cartoon dog being obviously bad, or whatever. Like he shouldn't go to heaven. You need to learn a life lesson type deal. But again, I don't remember any of it, so all of this could be a lie.
Fair enough.
There's movies that I've watched the whole way through, mostly just out of like fascination. It's like, what is happening in this movie? Just recently, actually, like the newest Transformers movie, the night one, whatever,
The
night,
last
Dark of
Night?
Night or something?
something like that.
Yeah.
That is an amazing thing. Like, I think it was one of the more entertaining of the Transformers movies, but it's like 8 hours worth of really deep story that has nothing to do with Transformers. Somehow fit into a like 2.5 hour movie that's half like fight scenes.
Right.
Like there's all this stuff in it that is like really deep mythology, and Transformers already has weirdly deep mythology, but this isn't that.
What a glowing review, Paul.
Yeah, like
It's
It's
this
like
amazing thing.
yeah, you just put that on the poster, right? Like,
Yeah.
what is even happening here? Maybe Star Trek 6, which
Which one's that one?
It's the extremely boring one with the peace treaty between the Klingons and the Federation.
Klingons.
Yeah, with Klingons repeating Shakespeare and
That's not the one with the pink Klingon blood.
yes, it
floating.
is.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
when I saw that as a child, I was like, this movie is important.
No.
This is a metaphor for things. And I was like, I went back and watched it a couple of years ago, and I'm like, it's still on. This movie is still on.
still
It's
happening to
Still
me.
happening. This movie has been on for 4 days, and it's still going.
The Generations movie, Star Trek Generations.
Oh,
yeah.
let's be honest. Star Trek as a whole is very hit or miss, but I love it.
Well, like it's weird because like most of the Star Trek films are not great, except Star Trek II, which is one of the greatest movies of the 20th century, and I will fight anyone over that.
And 4 is great too.
4
is
about the
with the
whales.
whales.
I remember that one. Which one was 2?
Yeah.
2 is Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I do remember that one.
Yeah.
3 is Search for Spock.
No, but the
right?
thing is,
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan also has the bug going into the ear scene, which fucked me up as a kid, but good.
I mean, that stuff
Got-
always messes with me.
They
a
got
little.
big bugs like that look like that in New
right.
Zealand.
2, 4,
Oh,
Didn't
what
like
is it?
that.
2, 4, and 6 made the standard all odd numbered Star
Yeah.
Trek movies
And-
suck, and even numbers are good.
Well, what? And as it turns out, what that actually was if Nicholas Meyer wrote it, it was probably going to be okay.
I always like the idea that all the they would get the cast and crew together at the beginning of making an odd numbered Star Trek movie and just be like, okay,
I'm sorry.
Got to get this one out of the way.
We all know that this is not going to be good, but let's be professional about this and let's
So-
get it done.
Yeah, well, I love how it was like, it's like, oh no, the even numbered Trek movies are good, and then it was like, oh no, but if it was directed by the first officer, then it was good, right? Because Frakes directed
you
First
make enough-
Contact, which people liked because it had explosions, and Leonard Nimoy directed like 2, 4, and 6, I think, or no, 4 and 6.
Wasn't First Contact 6?
First Contact was like 45. 6 was Undiscovered Country.
Oh.
And then, no, it was just that Nicholas Meyer wrote 2, 4, and 6. Nobody decided to look who actually wrote the script.
First Contact was 8, right?
Yeah.
there it is.
Kathleen, if you don't like ear squeaky bug things,
No.
let me tell you about Animorphs. Because that's about aliens that take over people's brains.
Ew.
And they
through
squish
the ear?
through your ears to do it. And they showed that a lot in the live action TV
Do
show.
not want.
Animorphs.
Anyway, that we've talked for a long time.
Yeah,
Mostly about movies that we dislike or like.
Yeah.
But we should probably wrap this up and welcome some subs. and
And
all
they're
that
just
kind
going
of
to
stuff.
be yelling at the chat, like, that movie's not bad. Leave Kung Fu Hustle alone. Rock and Roll is great.
Yeah.
What? Somebody said Kung Fu Hustle is
People have
bad?
been talking about Stephen Chow movies.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I have to. This is my non-controversial opinion.
Oh.
Okay. Stephen Chow movies are good, but there is no way that we are appreciating them at at the level in which they are meant to be appreciated. Because I have watched Stephen Chow movies with my old roommate Belinda, who speaks Cantonese.
Yes.
And so we'd be watching the subtitled version, and I'm like, okay, this is great. And then all of a sudden, she just starts fucking bursting out laughing. And
That's
I'm like,
wordplay.
what happened? And she's like, I can't explain it to you. And I was like, okay. So they're good, but there's no way any of us are really appreciating how good they are.
Huh.
Right? Because there's a lot of puns and
I am willing to
wordplay
go
and-
on this journey with you, yes.
yeah,
I'm
like I'm
willing
never
to
going to
accept
appreciate
this.
a Stephen Chow movie
I'm fine with
on
that.
all cylinders.
They're
We're
very
getting-
entertaining for me.
Yeah, we're getting at best 7/10 of a Stephen Chow movie.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, some of them are better than others, but they are I mean, Shell and Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle are both excellent.
Shaolin Soccer is his best movie, I think.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Belinda like I don't know if this is
God
still
of
her opinion,
Cookery.
but she was like God of Cookery is the best, and I was like why? Because she's like well it's definitely the cleverest. I'm like I can't appreciate that. And she's like well just trust me.
Yeah. Shell and Soccer's my definite
Yeah.
call. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. This is for those of you who are wondering. This is why we put AskLRR as not part of Loading Ready Live anymore.
Yeah,
We can
because
talk for 2
now
hours.
we can talk for 2 hours about random stuff,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to feeling rushed or whatever, or just being a weird chunk in the middle of Loading
Yeah,
Ready
this isn't a
Live.
bad thing. This is
No, this is
This is a
great.
better place
Yeah,
for it.
But I'm
exactly.
not worried about like a leisurely conversation sort of derailing the energy of the show we're doing.
Exactly. So thank you all very much for watching and subscribing and following the channel and supporting us on Twitch and on Patreon and all the awesome ways that you do so. Thank you in particular though to these people who subscribed during the stream, starting with
Gidget Timer.
New subscriber. Ty Channy for 37 months. I think I forgot to send my 36th month. I must have made it in, though.
Your friend and mine, Cheeto Jack, for 47 months, who says Lur logo.
The Hakofo has resubbed for the 20th month. Managed to stay awake to resub. Now I can head to bed and catch the rest of the VOD. Well, thank you when you watch the VOD.
Yay.
Pedro DeMoss for 11 months. Woo, 3 months. Wait a minute. This isn't binary.
And Zeta for 20 months. Special thanks to Kathleen for reminding me I'm not too old for brave hair.
Yay, yeah, you can be an old person with brave hair like me. Rendell Knepp for 16 months says a large party of adventurers was recently cured of their vampirism. They're the exsanguinate.
Charisti has resubbed for the 37th month. Yay, to celebrate our housewarming and a live subscriber message. Happy housewarming.
Pill753 for 14 months. Thank you for subscribing.
Dared00, it's a new subscriber gifted by Cheesemo.
And it's true, Transsoul Alesha for 16 months says, my repeat album is always Against Me, Transgender Dysphoria Blues. I spent forever marathoning that over and over again.
Heels with Beard has resubbed for the 35th month. Thank you.
IH Bar for 11 months, gifted by Cheesemo. Thank you both.
Tuba Devil for 10 months. Bum, 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 bum. Have some tuba noises.
Bwam, 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 bwam. Vire! 3 months. Spotify made repeat albums less common, but currently Johnny M. Creativa is played a lot because Esperanto reggae is easy to learn from. Wow.
Letheb is a brand new subscriber, also gifted by Cheesemo. Thanks to you both.
Topherducken for 6 months, gifted by Cheesemo. Thank you again.
Cheesemo with all those gifts.
Northos, 11 months, returning and northy.
Carpma is a brand new subscriber. That's right. They've tuned in. They've subscribed to this. Woo. They'll watch anything we do.
Colopteryx has resubbed for 6 months, saying technically the subscription is still courtesy of Fishor in some way. No relation. Babs and Buster Bunny, Tiny Toon Adventures, circa the 90s. Pronunciation hit. Coelacanth and Archaeopteryx.
Nerd Soda for 9 months. I've been piloting my Meat Mecha to sub for 9 months now. Woo. Can Meat Mechas have sub babies?
They can have Subway sandwiches.
Card Slapper for 20 months. 20, that's the starting life total for many Magic games. That is correct.
And it's SDMF Coroner for 3 months. Says 3 months. That's almost the same amount of time I've heard this meme.
Dust Jacket has resubbed for the 22nd month. Thank you.
Pixie for 3 months. Thank you.
Chef Steven. Stefan? Steven. 40 months. Welcome back.
Radiant Dragon 8. Better than all 7 other Radiant Dragons. 3 months.
Sir Morik has resubbed for the 3rd month. Thank you very much.
Yo Jimbo for 5 months. Thanks to all you guys do. Lure is the best value on Twitch.
Ooh. We're the dollar budget menu of Twitch.
Yeah.
Photosynthesis for 4 months. Lure on the TV and being broadcast to my HomePod. Does life get better? No. No, it does not.
And Big Iron Bear is a new subscriber. He's feral.
Medic Turtle 13 is a brand new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for deciding to support us.
Awesome. Sketches of Pain for 24 months. Happy 2-year anniversary.
Alk Play Games for 17 months. 17 awesome months. You guys continue to inspire and entertain. Thank you.
And it's Zed Arthen, who subscribed for 14 months in a row. Hooray.
Josiah has resubbed for the 35th month, saying 2 hours of interesting chat about stuff seems like an excellent use of all our time.
Yay!
Thank you.
Vane Network is a new subscriber. Welcome to our show.
Defrost for 41 months. 41 months almost found the answer.
Oh.
Next month.
You're going to be disappointed. Ember Becky for 52 months says, woo, thanks for the fun, chill stream. I've honestly really enjoyed this week's change up schedule and crew. You're all doing great. That's right. More of us, less of those guys.
Bahamut Wise has resubbed for the 11th month, saying thank you. Thank you.
Brain Bosh for 15 months. I missed it, but made it for the resub. Now on to the VOD. Hello from the future past.
Bio Frine for 9 months. Hey, you have a sub baby.
Hey, Judge Kyle. 2 months. They came back. What a vote of confidence.
Wordney has resubbed for the 53rd month. Thank you for your endearing support.
And Lieutenant Boner Dunks for 4 months. Lieutenant is right tenant for me.
Gestalt for 15 months. Thanks for all you folks do. You've helped me through a lot of rough times.
Oh.
No, you're welcome.
Hope things get better for you.
Or are.
And Bonnock Spacebar, 9 months, says, I think I'm supposed to say something about a sub baby here. You can also put up your unwanted sub babies for adoption.
Starlit Ghost has resubbed for the 57th month, saying, changed my nick a few months back. I was tyrannic moron before. Also came out as trans, so that's the thing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And thank you for the 3,050 bits, Earth and One, Rock Pusher, Johnny's in America, Type 1, Mr. SVCD, Systemic Sammy, Mystera, and Argentaria.
Yay!
Yay!
This is when we shout about burritos.
I want a burrito.
Burrito.
I want a burrito.
I'm not
want a
particularly
burrito.
hungry. I'm
Yeah.
not particularly hungry.
Me
I'm
either.
not
gonna
particularly
go home.
hungry.
I'm gonna go home.
Ooh, I could
I'm gonna
go
do the
home.
highlights.
But you're
I'm
coming
gonna
back
do the
tomorrow
highlights.
because Rhythm Cafe.
Because
Right,
Rhythm Cafe.
I'm gonna roll up an entire pizza and eat it like a burrito.
Oh, no, I'm gonna run home
Shotgun
because
a
I'm,
pizza.
I'm literally supposed to stream at home in like half an hour.
Eat it like a duck.
Yeah, we got Rhythm Cafe coming up tomorrow. And gonna be
Nothing
playing
else.
some Pit Trip. And
Okay.
then we got Checkpoint Plus.
But it says join Kathleen and Paul for Chill Point, but it's not going to be a Chill
Right.
Point. We're
We
going to
need
be
to talk
doing
about that.
We need to talk about that before we leave.
Gonna
But
go
it's
all
good-
the way.
We're gonna go all the way.
We're gonna attempt to do a regular episode.
Yeah, and then on Tuesday, Cam's got Dark Souls Remastered.
There was a person who did ask if we were gonna do some more Dark Souls streams, and now they have their answer.
Yeah, I'll probably start earlier than that. I'll check the schedule. I'll alter the schedule when I know. Probably Monday night. I'll see how I'm feeling Monday night, and that's how early I'll get
I'm
on Tuesday morning.
excited for you.
I
Yeah,
have
I'm really
altered the
excited
schedule.
too.
Pray do not alter it further.
Yeah.
But Tuesday night, assuming Cam stops playing Dark Souls at some point, gonna be playing some Stardew Valley on Talking Simulator.
We're gonna kill some slimes.
Yeah.
It's really the Dark Souls of Stardew Valley.
Yes.
And then on Let's Know,
right.
Corey and Heather are gonna be playing Little Nightmares.
Woo!
It's the tiniest, scariest thing.
Totally scary.
I hope it's tiny scary, because I'm scary and me do not get along.
And then we're doing the Jackbox Party Pack on CTS. It's Cameron, Corey, myself, and Heather, and going to be doing all those silly Jackbox games. There's
Wow,
also
Wednesday's gonna be a real long day.
Yeah. But I'm excited because I have not played some of the games on 4.
I'm very jealous that I don't get to play this, but it's my day to watch Penelope
You can
at home.
play remotely.
I can play remotely, so maybe we can
Join
work out
the
something.
chat.
Maybe we'll see.
And then Games of Chance. I'm going to be playing on Thursday. Going to be playing an adventure game.
So
but
it
I
says
don't know
James is
which
going to be
one.
there, and that might be not
That's a
true.
lie.
That's a big
absolutely a lie.
ask.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Who knows what might happen? But chances are pretty slim. But something special going on.
Yeah, Wizards is doing a thing. They are doing. We are being invited to a special streamer showdown where we're going to be playing Brawl. So that's a thing that Wizards is putting on. So that's my disclosure for you.
Hashtag sponsored.
Yeah. So we've made a very cool deck that you will learn more about in the upcoming Tap Tap Concede, actually.
Which will go live on Monday.
Yes. So watch me and Cam hopefully crush our enemies.
Yeah, I think our deck is going to be rad.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be sweet.
Cool. And then it's going to be Tinker Tailor Solder Fry with doing some figure painting.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's going to be great, actually.
You're
yeah.
on that.
Yeah, okay,
Womp womp.
yeah.
Remember to show up.
Will do.
And then
And then finally on Friday, we're not going to be doing the crapshoot.
Yep.
But at 1 o'clock, it's going to be a little bit later. Now Kiss.
Joe and I are going to try to finish Perfect Date. Going now for
Date those cats.
We've
Date
failed
those
every
cats.
time. We've failed every
How many
time.
cats have you tried to date?
4.
You failed 4 dates.
We
Four
failed
cats?
multiple. No, we failed 3 cats. We're on the 4th one.
Oh, okay.
Let's not dwell on this.
Yeah. And then somebody in chat mentioned, oh, I guess Camp Nettleby's coming back after Dice Friends. No, Camp Nettleby is done, actually. And if you want to watch to see how Camp Nettleby turned out, it's on our YouTube channel. And you can listen to it as a podcast. Available from iTunes or wherever else you get your podcasts. So.
All right. So all sorts of awesome stuff coming up. And we'll make sure you check out the loadingreadyrun.com/live or the events page to keep up to date on all the shows. And thanks to everybody for hanging out with us and asking questions. And we will see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.